We're gonna do.
Okay, we'll do it live.
Back. You think?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to burn up all the talking in the beginning, guys. I apologize.
You didn't mean to, but you did.
Fuck off, motherfucker.
It's a little too late now, isn't it? Your apologies. I'm just kidding, Doug. I'm
really glad that I organized this.
You kind of did. I was like, because I was trying to force myself to go out because I haven't been out on a Wednesday night before Thanksgiving in a while. I would just go to, but I wouldn't do anything crazy. But then I was like, I don't really fucking want to go out. So, and then you were like, let's do it. And then I saw you bought beer, and I'm like, well, you might as well. You might as well.
Well, how often?
Make your little heart happy. Make your little heart happy.
Thank you. I figure how often do I have nights off to where I can be a participant in this, like, and actually sit down and get fucked up with you guys, and I was really excited
to stream
for that.
from a broom closet or something.
Well, Wednesday, I don't normally get fucked up.
That's my leather daddy's chambers. That's where Slave Doug sleeps when Slave Doug's been bad.
It's where all the like sex swings are hanging and stuff.
Well, they were swinging. I broke them.
Hey,
what's up, Adam? What's up, the sweet African? She looks female.
African.
What up, girl? What up, girl?
Who's talking to us?
The sweet,
tweets. The tweets.
Oh, it's in tweets. We're on the tweets. I got to bring my Twitter up.
I'm dyslexic. That's why I said sweets.
Oh, sweet.
That's fine.
Tweets to the tweets.
I read things wrong all the time, and I'm not dyslexic. I'm just stupid. So, you know.
Are we only on YouTube tonight?
Oh yeah, I didn't make a thing.
Just curious. I was just curious. I'm not worried about it. I was just curious. I'm bringing up the chat.
I have to upload shit to Rumble. I think too. I haven't been doing that.
I thought you can't live stream on Rumble until you have like.
Yeah, I can't. We can't live stream, but I can like upload stuff. That
can't live stream until she gets 100 people subscribed. So everybody, and I will get the link in the description before this video is over. Go subscribe to Forest Mommy on Rumble.
I'm at 24.
Take his word for it. He's verified now. He's a pretty big deal.
I've got a blue check. Hey,
he got my account back.
I made a promise to Elon Musk. Hey,
poop butter. Butter.
He's actually waiting on some poop water because Adam went to get stuff for the trip. So we usually get him Yoo-hoos when we go on trips.
Ooh, that actually sounds really good. A Yoo-hoo with a little bit of like Kahlua and vodka.
Chocolate milk and hot dogs for the whole Forky family.
Dude, you speak of chocolate and hot. She posted a picture of hot chocolate today. Got whatever we were posting a picture of the beer and shit. Do you know that they're making a hot cocoa cereal now based off Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the claymation? I was gonna buy a box of it. It's hot cocoa cereal with like cool little yellow and green and red marshmallows. It looked really good. That, and they've got limited edition cinnamon toast crunch flavors now. They've got sugar cookie toast crunch and apple toast crunch. And yes, I bought a box of apple toast crunch.
Hostess got this new cupcake that when you bite into it, all the cream bursts out of your
mouth. It's a bad motherfucker. She bitch knows about the bootleg snacks.
Yeah, that's Doug.
Hi, Grayson.
Hi, Doug.
Hi, Boy King. Great tits, dude.
How's everyone?
All right.
Good. I encourage everybody to kill woodland creatures and water-dwelling creatures every so often. It'll definitely set you right.
That's
hey,
right.
I'm Gabriel.
Paul went hunting last week.
I went hunting. Yes. Yeah, we've been hunting.
Oh, you've been going.
Sunday.
I did. Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't. I thought.
Yeah. Well, Dad, I didn't buy a tag. I wasn't going to hunt this year. And then Dad asked me to go with him, just because I knew he didn't want to get his own deer, which is totally fine. I'm happy to do that for my old man in his age. But he bought a doe and a buck tag, and day one, less than 2 hours, he got a 5-inch spike horn. Gutted that for him. Then we picked Doug up, had lunch, and then I bought a tag, and then we went yesterday. He missed a doe. I'm like, I don't care if I actually get anything. I'm just
in it for the experience.
In it for the fun.
I think it's cool. I'm glad that you guys were doing it. Made me happy to hear that. Made me happy to know that he got a little spike. That's gonna be good eating. Good meat.
Mm-hmm. And it's a younger deer, so it's gonna be really, really tasty.
That is technically maybe, but I just know Wednesday before Thanksgiving is like it's a special day. It's like
I don't understand. Hump Day, Thanksgiving week, Tuesday.
He's saying like when Tuesday
Because
becomes
Oh,
hump
'cause it'd be
day.
like
most people only work a 3-day week. So
I
Tuesday
got
would
you.
be
I
the
got
man.
you. Yeah,
Hey,
that makes sense.
Keely.
That makes sense.
Nothing much. We're just kind of chilling for a bit.
Where are all these chats that you guys talking to? I want to see.
Are you
them.
on the
Is this all
streamer?
YouTube?
Okay, click over the comments and make sure it's not on
Oh.
private. It's on regular comments. Is that working?
Oh, I see now. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a bit of. I'm a little slow.
Doug's not used to StreamYarding without
Hey,
admin rights.
Kenny.
Yeah, Adam, you better hurry
Well,
up.
not so much admin, but like I also have different tabs open up when we're doing our stuff because I'm always looking at different windows and shit. I do need to get another HDMI adapter. I got to get that second monitor up here because I'm realizing just how much I could benefit from that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Gabriel's got
There's
beaver.
no way I could do
beavers.
this without it.
Beavers are interesting because they like change the environment and stuff.
Beavers
Like,
are fucking badass.
Yeah, they're really cool. But like sometimes like certain lakes, they'll do, they'll dam something up and it ruins stuff upstream, but what are you gonna do? It's natural.
It's funny who brought that up because I don't. I'm sure you could probably eat anything. I don't think I'd ever want to try and eat beaver though. I'm sure there are people that eat beaver or who have eaten beaver. It's funny that got brought up because I actually watched.
I eat beaver too.
I never have.
He's talking about pussy.
Oh, you're talking about pussy? Oh yeah, I love that. I love eating that beaver, hairy or non-hairy. That's right, Grayson. I like it.
Kenny, do you mean right now? Because I'm not on Rumble right now. Isn't like aspirin or something from beaver tail, or like, isn't there something with beaver tail can act like they have a poison that can act like aspirin or something like that? Let me look that up.
Maybe. It's funny. I was on YouTube today when I got out of work, and I saw like somebody posted this cool 4K video that they got in the woods with their GoPro of a beaver like gnawing a log in half up close and personal. It was really. I was hypnotized watching that shit. I love how orange their teeth are from gnawing the wood and shit.
Hey,
cool.
Kenny, what's up? How come you can't see my comments?
Oh, for when you do your shows, because it's on the app, right? Is that what we figured out?
When we do our shows?
What people?
No, if he's commenting on Rumble, I should be able to see it.
It didn't like
if
last
I'm not,
time.
did you
Arm
create an
Dave
account?
couldn't show up.
Well, yeah, they couldn't find the chat wasn't appearing. It was a glitch in Rumble where the chat wasn't appearing. Kenny, did you create an account? And Adam had this issue. What was Adam's issue, Alice? Adam used to have the issue where you couldn't see his comments on Rumble.
So does Zurich.
I remember that happening, but I don't remember what the issue ended up being.
Zurich had that problem too.
If he ever gets home, he's chicken nugget.
Well, everybody's link is listed below, and go to Florist Mommy's link tree, go to her Rumble, subscribe to Rumble. And
Yeah,
I really
fucking
like
A.
having Doug on because I don't have to put anything extra because me and Doug have the same link tree. Nice.
You
We don't have
share
to
it?
be. We don't got to be so extra.
Yeah.
Yep.
We just did a whole sibling rev run. So everything for both of us is on there.
Last night I was on a stream with 3 bald men, and now I'm on a stream with 2 bald men.
I just.
I
consider me
love
early. I gotta watch that. I fell asleep early. That's Lions of Liberty, right? I gotta.
Yeah,
watch
but
that.
it's on the different channel because their Lions of Liberty one has strikes right now. It's called Here, I'll text it to you.
Alice, where art thou going? Upstairs to take a bath. No, our grandpa Elmer used to sing a song. I don't even know what the song was about or where it came from, but it
was about Alice.
I just remember Grandpa Elmer when we were kids. He had all these little rhymes that he would recite, and that was one of them. Alice, where art thou going? Upstairs to take a bath. And I forget the rest of it, but like that part is ingrained in my fucking brain.
Yes, Gabriel does count. Oh, hey DC. Hi everybody. Hope everyone's having a good Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. We should all go around and say stuff we're thankful for. We should be appropriate.
Well, then you should start.
Me? Okay. What am I thankful for? I'm thankful for always. I'm thankful for even all the bullshit of hey Buxom, even all the bullshit of the last couple of years. What?
She prefers Siren.
Oh, Siren.
Oh, Siren's here. She posted a bunch of really cool pics today. Really cool.
I didn't mean to throw you off first, but I'm good.
Oh yeah, I got totally thrown off. I'm high.
I'm sorry. This is what it's like talking to me, isn't it, Paul? We are in good company.
Oh,
Oh,
just
yeah.
like I have the bullshit of the last couple of years, just like the people it's brought together. I was super thankful for that. Because I don't think any of us would have met if all the COVID shit didn't happen, you know. So that thankful for that. I get the silver linings of it. Thankful for my health and all of our health pretty much. I feel like we're all, you know, thankful for
I feel like we just asked the kid
Remember,
in
this
class
is
to
your
answer the
idea.
math problem on the chalkboard. She's like, 3 plus 3 rounded by the
thankful. I'm
square
really
root
thankful
of
for
what?
Mr. Forrest, mommy. I'm very thankful for Mr. Forrest. Like, okay,
Aww,
that's all.
slinging that big D.
All right, we'll go clockwise. That makes me next. Well, first and foremost, that I'm thankful for, in the words of the great Terrell Ocho Cinco Owens, I love me some me. So I'm thankful for me, and really only me.
Holy fuck, dude.
That's pretty. No, I'm just kidding. I am thankful for the
You're not
FMU.
kidding.
No, he's really not.
I'm not. Not even a little bit.
His confidence has grown over the years, and it's impressive how arrogant it's become.
It's fun. It's fun to be arrogant about it sometimes because then it's like a joke almost. And but
He really
like,
is.
It's a joke, but it's true. It's like,
He really does feel like he leans into a heel character.
I look around at me, and I look around at the people around me in the world I live in, and I go, "Wow, I'm doing way better than 95% of these people." Anyway,
just remember where you came from.
I seriously am thankful for the FMU. This last year has been an absolute blast. Speaking of which, we are coming up on our 1-year anniversary over on Sibling Revelry. New Year's Eve, actually, which we are planning on doing a big New Year's Eve special. It is also going to be our 1-year anniversary.
Also, here's another little interesting. I'm sorry, didn't mean to derail you, but our 50th episode is going to be coming up in like 2 or 3 weeks. So,
yes,
which is a big milestone too.
I'm also thankful for
Michael.
Siren's Twitter page, as Doug spoke of. Siren's Twitter page is something I'm very, very thankful for. Awesome.
Super cool.
2 thumbs up. Agreed. I also am thankful that Elon Musk exists in this world. And I mean, not only for the Twitter and free speech thing, but like he's also my internet service provider, and I live 30 miles out in the woods, so that's pretty cool. Elon is pretty awesome. I also want to thank the team for actually approving this appeal and getting the FM Universe team account back online. So, yeah, that's what I'm thankful for. Your turn, Doug.
I don't know. I'm thankful for everybody that shows up for to hang out with us. I mean, honestly, there's not a lot. I mean, you could tune into any stream I'm on, whether it be any of the shows we variously appear on, and you could tell that like, oh, he's probably thankful for weed. He's probably thankful for this and that. I am all those things, but I am thankful more than anything for the people that continue. It still boggles my mind every time we get done doing a show when you text me and tell me how many people watched it. I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, I mean, it's cool, but like, I don't get it. And I am extremely thankful for Forrest Mommy and Alice and everybody I've gotten to meet through Twitter. I think that's the biggest reason why I think that we get a lot of viewers is we keep good company. So I'm thankful for that, you know?
Yeah.
Alice, are you thankful for silence? Uh-oh, is she drinking clown sweat again? And a Big Mac?
This Big Mac I got.
Oh, man. I want a Big Mac now.
It's like a Married with Children Thanksgiving. You get the pizza the night before, and you eat the toppings the night before, and then on the day of, you eat the bread and the sauce.
I want a Big Mac now.
And
Big Macs are so good.
When I dropped Dad off yesterday, I went there and I was either going to get a Big Mac or a fish fillet. I ended up getting 2 fish fillets. That was a good choice.
Do you know what I've been doing when I don't go fast food a whole lot, but the few times that I have recently to McDonald's and Iron River on my own, I've just gotten 2 double cheeseburgers, held the fucking ketchup and mustard head and put Mac sauce on them. Dude, they don't charge you anything extra for it. And it's like little mini Big Macs minus the lettuce and onions, which I got at home. I could throw that shit on myself. It's fucking dope, dude. They really McDonald's probably doesn't care because they make more money than God, but like they would make so much money if they just bottled and sold that shit, man. all of their sauces, the Szechuan sauce, the hot mustard. God damn it, I love McDonald's shit. Yeah, their mac sauce is
Isn't
good.
special sauce just Thousand Island?
It's Thousand Island and tartar sauce.
I mean, I'm sure
For the
theirs
most
is a
part.
little different.
No. It's
Theirs
different.
probably has crack cocaine in it.
Yeah.
I can tell you all the ingredients
Like
in
the
it.
Colonel's
'cause
chicken.
TopSecretRecipes.com. It's mayonnaise, mustard, smoked paprika, vinegar, and pickle relish.
God damn it, I'm hungry for a Big Mac.
Those are the ingredients of Big Mac sauce.
Hey,
Before-
tinfoil hat. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Do you know what I'm actually thankful for? Or do you guys really
Yes.
think I'm thankful for my Big Mac?
No, I want to know what you're thankful for. By the way, I
Good.
do like
Your
your tree in the
turn.
background.
Thank you.
It's pretty.
Adam proposed to me next to that tree.
Are you, is there, maybe I can't see it. Is there a star or an angel on top, or do you not do that?
I have an angel for this tree, and then our other tree we do a star.
Cool.
So this
I
one will
dig it.
be a family like heirloom on this one, and then we have our own that we all bought together
Nice.
for our living room.
That's really cool.
But yeah, I am thankful for family, both blood and not blood. That includes you guys for sure.
Ooh.
A lot of times, blood family kind of sucks.
A lot of times.
Sometimes.
Not
Wow.
all of them. I have a really good family, but yeah, I'm very thankful for you guys. I'm thankful I met you guys.
Likewise.
But I'm so thankful that this year, there's definitely been some bad things this year, but we've also had so many wonderful things happen this year, and I'm grateful we got to renew our vows, and I'm so thankful you guys are all there, and most of the people that I love the most were there. So I'm just thankful for another year of being awesome and being surrounded by awesome people.
Alice, that was a beautiful sentiment, which triggered was something I'd like to call honorable mentions. If you've forgotten any honorable mention thankfulness, which I do. I'm also thankful for this year giving us Kid Rock's We the People, and of course, Let's Go Brandon. It has been a fun 2022. I could bitch a lot about a lot of things, man, but 2022 really wasn't that bad compared to the last 2 years where it just seemed like everybody was losing their fucking mind. I mean, it still seems like people are losing their mind, but at least it feels like there's a little bit more levity. Like people are starting to kind of come around and wake up out of that funk, that COVID funk, and like get back to normal and start to realize, oh yeah, we have been fucked with by certain things, certain entities, certain people.
Just a little bit.
Mostly the government fucking with us.
Oh, and we also got the Breitbart, My Son Hunter film this year, which was also cool.
I haven't watched it. You guys watch it? Was it any good?
Oh,
I've seen
we
it.
talked about it on the show. It was really, it's something.
My favorite part's Gina Carano is the narrator. She plays the Biden Secret Service agent who's in charge of like watching him, and she does the opening of the movie, and it's like everything you're about to see is not based on a true story, except for the facts, and then it cuts out.
And then there's like
it-
one part in the movie where she just out of nowhere, like totally randomly says something about Epstein, like Clinton and Epstein Island or something like that. What was the line that she had? It was like a good one.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot. The two best things I saw on the internet today actually were one, it was a GIF, and I think American Mama posted it. It was a picture of like Biden doing his like old man senile yelling at the camera still frame, and the caption read, "I walked in on my son Hunter and his friends vaccinating themselves. That's the type of unity we need in this country." And,
Hey, big.
I like
and,
that.
and the second thing that it is my favorite thing I've seen on this goes to the Colorado shooting, which we talked about on Sunday. CNN did a report, and if you don't mind, Mommy, I'd like to share the report and bring it up on screen. And
CNN
just
did this?
yeah, CNN did this. They interviewed
Oh, I saw this
friend,
before we went live.
a friend of the Colorado shooting victim. So for those who don't know, today was the first day that the Colorado shooter sat in court. And his attorneys opened up their brief by saying they wanted everybody to know that their client is non-binary, and they have filed a motion with the court that anytime the court or anybody else refers to him, they should do so as they, them, like they gave the pronouns. Like, so he is a member of the LGBT community. And here is CNN interviewing a friend of a shooting victim on this discovery. And this whole thing just made me chuckle.
Natalie, when we started the show, we got a little bit of news earlier that the attorneys for the shooter are now saying that the shooter is non-binary. And the shooter would like to use.
Sounds like he had a shooter.
And I would like to point out that this is not like a new discovery. When they went back and looked at his social media, he is been proclaiming to be non-binary for the last couple of years.
This is for the court in all court papers, and that's what
those loud eye rolls,
Anderson
man.
Aldrich's attorneys are saying. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think that's complete ludicrous.
Now, how many men watching this out there before she started speaking
right here
was like,
right here,
that. I'd smash that.
I would still smash it in lieu of the voice. I don't
they're
care.
Just saying that because they want to have the easy way out on this.
So claiming to be non-binary is the easy way out.
Really,
is it
that was kind of saying the quiet part out loud, wasn't it?
Can you pause,
Paul?
What?
When they say up in the top right corner, via WebEx by Cisco Denver, is that where she's at right now? Is in Denver?
Yeah, she's in Denver. The shooting was Colorado Springs.
Okay.
Yeah, she's in Denver.
I've had a lot of edibles. My bad.
And I'm saying she because I'm respectful.
And I know you guys
really
would hit it because my cross-dressing friend, he fucks straight guys all the time. So
I do. There's a lot of look. I may not agree with. I may not agree. Mouth or any orifice that's wet and warm, dumbass.
Yours or theirs?
Look, everybody's gay if you really boil it down to just kind of get over your shit. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what I was gonna say. I absolutely would. Like, there's a lot of trans and drag queens and not equating the two of them. I'm just saying people who men in the form of a female, there's a lot of them I would absolutely fuck. Continue. I don't know why I'm going on this tangent. I'm fucked up. Sorry. I'm ruining the stream for everybody. Paul,
man, that's not a non-binary person because in no way, shape, or form could they appear as a woman the next day. It's really offensive to even.
Now there's rules.
So if they don't look like the gender they're identifying with, they're not that gender if they shoot people. It's good to know these rules. Somebody should be really writing these rules down.
That they're playing that role. And if they're non-binary, why would you go after the club where you feel safe at? Why would you do?
Yeah, why would you do that? That's the clip. That was all of it.
Politics. That's why.
You know, it's interesting. Do you guys remember the Uvalde shooting? He was like non-binary. It came out afterwards. And then we actually had another shooting out here in Colorado where a trans kid shot up at his charter school and killed someone. He went away he got life sentences and shit. He actually, his mom, I went to high school with his mom. But yeah, so it's like the way they tried to make it all about this dangerous rhetoric and the whole fucking, and they're like, oh, it's anti-trans, and all the only time they talk about anti-trans bills, which fuck the government. If they want to play that game, then they got to do it consistently. But the anti-trans bills are usually just, hey, the state, a parent has to be involved, or like, you know what I mean, or like the state can't just like make decisions for the kids, or like that's not anti-trans. It's like rhetoric. It's just, and not everyone. It was weird. It was a weird push, man. It was a weird propaganda push after that this weekend. And the fucker's been in custody before, like we said. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, for threatening to blow up his mom with a homemade explosive.
So what dangerous rhetoric made him do that? You know, like.
Oh, I got more information on the person who subdued him. It was a straight white male
veteran
who was an Army veteran. Yep, who was an Army veteran who was at the club supporting his daughter. Daughter is, I'm going to use the term because I have no clue what it actually, if that is, but supporting his daughter.
Don't say it, dude.
who was participating in the drag show. I would just like to point out that when the member of the LGBT community went into the LGBT bar and shot up a bunch of people, it was a toxic straight white man who brought it to an end. Still not convinced he wasn't concealed carrying and shot the guy, but news is covering it up. I'm assuming like they're hailing him as a hero, and if he was concealed carrying, that they're shutting it down and they're not going to press charges.
Yeah, Mr. Like, Mommy thought he's heard something about him having a gun or whatever, and I'm like, well, yeah. I would assume, like I've told you before, Colorado Springs, you would assume it, especially with all the veterans and army or service people down there.
So the initial reporting when this all came out was police arrived at the scene. The shooter brought one gun. It was a long gun. The police currently have 2 firearms, 1 pistol in possession, and they're conducting their investigations and ballistics on everything. Then they use the word subdue the shooter. And it has never. The second gun has not been discussed since. The second gun has not been brought up since.
Someone like one of the drag queens used a heel to hit him with too.
I haven't heard that.
Bitch, I'll hit you in my pump.
Yeah, I'm like the real drag queens, like all the drag queens I know that aren't trying to fucking groom kids, that are just normal and like to perform in front of adults. Like I wouldn't fuck with them. They're big. A lot of them are just straight dudes too. Like they're not all like like they're. And they got those heels on, and they're like size fucking 15 heels.
All I can tell you is my first time seeing the shooter at all was today during the court hearing, and that motherfucker looked like he got the living shit kicked out of him. This was literally him.
I saw that picture. Yeah,
do you have the picture? Do you have a picture?
Hold the picture up.
I'll bring the court case.
He's all purple and yellow around his jowls and shit.
Did you guys see the video of this guy's dad?
No, I didn't.
Shooter?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. The only thing I saw today was the court video. Oh wow, there's like images of him in the hospital.
Damn it, Alice! I want a Big Mac so bad right now.
I'm assuming we want the hospital pictures.
Oh like when he first got rice in the fridge.
Just to see I didn't even see what he looks like.
I got a bag of cornflakes, generic cornflakes, and white rice, and all I want is a fucking Big Mac.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. But it's okay. I'm not really all that mad. I'll live.
So I'll
just have another beer.
This is his booking. Yeah, he was fucked up.
All behind his ear and stuff, man.
Dude, Donkey Lips from Salute Your Shorts got really fucked up, man. Anybody else remember that?
I can see where a heel did that if he was hitting him with the heel.
This was him in court. That position right there was how he was the whole entire court proceeding. Shooter's dad is a porn star and
is a prawn star. Oh, he's a prawn fisherman from the show Prawn Stars, where they go catching shrimp in the bay.
That's PRAN.
Oh, my bad.
Because you can't type porn in YouTube.
A prawn show.
Yeah, Prawn Stars. I thought, right? Best I could do: 3 lobster tails and some tilapia.
I haven't had a Big Mac in years, and I want one too. By the way, M. Gabriel, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that.
Try to finish him. It's not good to say. Well, when someone's got a gun, I think you're allowed to fucking go to the fullest extreme. If they're already doing what they're doing. So.
Somebody comes at me with a gun, the first thing I'm doing, whether I'm soft, hard, or revolted in like a mud turtle, I'm pulling my little put out and I'm jerking off because I figure the element of creepy surprise is the way to go in that moment. It's like a self-defense mechanism.
That's a good way to think about it.
Like when a skunk shoots a spray.
The Pulse shooting, that dude was kind of gay too, or he had some weird history, didn't he? He was Muslim or something.
Yeah, he was Muslim and gay, I believe.
Yeah, and
but
what it was he was having conflicted feelings between his religion and his desires and shit like that, and just
Colorado shooter siren.
I remember I was still in Florida when that happened, when the Pulse nightclub happened. I had a lot of gay friends who were living in Orlando at the time.
It was sad. I remember
that shit is sad.
This sounds so stupid, but I went to the Pride Parade. I remember after it happened out here, and then I remember this sounds stupid, but that was when all the corporations were starting to prove they're pro-gay. So they were in the parade more and I remember our King Supers, which is our Kroger, they pushed the amount of carts that were the people that got killed. That was so dumb, but it was so sad. And it made me it really, it was that many people pushing that many carts, we're gone. So Anyways,
You know what? When Paul and I moved to
Travis, what was amazing is how the new. Here's what's the problem with mainstream media. They don't take 2 seconds to wait to see what information unfolds. They just start shooting out the narrative. And it's so great how their narrative's been wrong, like the past 5 shootings in a row. By the way, there was another shooting today, a Walmart shooting.
I like his
in
thank
hi
you.
Virginia.
Adam.
Where was that at?
Chesapeake, Virginia, a night manager at Walmart came in with a pistol and I don't mean to laugh, it's not funny, and just started shooting everybody. Like all of his coworkers. Well, his employees. He was the manager.
Jeez, was there a reason? I heard about this, but didn't. Did they find out why?
Currently, they don't know any motive yet. I know Chesapeake. So I used to live right outside Chesapeake. Me and Force Mommy both did.
I know the area.
Yep. I know the Walmart. I've been to the Walmart. They
Cool
have no
brag.
motive as a
Cool flex, bro.
Cool flex, bro. They have no motive. He's been working with Walmart for 10 years, or since 2010, so 12 years. And they were trying to get a hold of Walmart to find out, was he ever disciplined or anything like that. And they said that an unconfirmed employee, like the news had a unconfirmed employee that they talked to, who said he was a manager notorious to not get along with everybody. Like, that's the guy you need to work out for. That's all the reporting I've heard thus far. Whether there's anything new that came out. Maybe the Walmart guy was internally conflicted, anti-corporatist who worked for the man. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. It was crazy.
It was fine. The Colorado Springs one, like literally in the morning before the bodies were fucking cold, like the newspaper out here started being like,
what happened, Adam?
trying to like connect.
You're good, Adam. We can hear you.
Adam, we can hear you.
He's gonna fuck this up.
He looks like he's aggravated.
We can hear you, Adam.
We can hear you, Adam. Are you okay? We can hear you, buddy.
You all right? Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Adam?
Can you hear us, Adam?
Nope.
No.
But like this newspaper started like trying to say, oh, it's all this anti-trans rhetoric and blah blah blah, and then like started saying, and these groups were like part of they were trying to stir up shit with like just listed all the shit, Proud Boys, and then like, oh, people who were upset about the COVID-19 lockdowns, and like they tried to connect fucking all this shit, you know what I mean? And it was like, what the fuck? And then they're like, well, I'm like, that's divisiveness. That's you should report the fucking facts. What are you fucking talking about? Like report the fucking facts.
Yeah.
Well, it made me happy.
Quit trying to take a bias. Quit trying to be woke. Just say what happened. Let's see how it plays out. And if it goes to your favorite narrative, then you get to spout your narrative.
I saw some interesting memes today, because I guess Hillary Clinton already went out and said that this was like a right-wing shooter before it was known that it was a non-binary thing, and people are just posting like some of the best. My favorite was the clip from The Walking Dead. I wish Alice was in the room for this because I know she just finished the series finale of that. But somebody took a video clip from The Walking Dead, like a season where like Carl delivered like really bad news to Rick. I think it was like the death of Rick's wife, Carl's mother, and Carl's just standing there like this, and Rick's like, no, why? But he's got like the Democrat logo over his face, and Carl is like the non-binary shooter. I don't know. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there. I'm stoned. No. It's just been a fun day for me. It's not a fun day in light of everything that happened, but like as far as like really intelligent, like on the nose memes.
Can you hear us, Alice?
Alice,
can you hear us?
A-L-I-C. So
we can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, then why did Adam leave?
I think she just unplugged the earphone thing.
Oh, right? She unplugged the earphones. Got it.
Oh, and
when he had the headset plugged in, we could hear him, but he couldn't hear us.
Yeah, he said it was making a ringing noise. I don't know why.
I am going to buy you a set of headphones and have them sent to you. The same ones I use. I'm gonna hook you both up because that's what Daddy Doug does.
Did I read this article on Sunday when we were talking about that shit?
About what?
About the shooter, this one that came out literally right after it happened.
I remember you touched on it. Go ahead, tell us about it.
So this is the Colorado Sun, which is based in Colorado Springs, actually. A rapid increase, and this is after they posted some pictures of it. This is on their Instagram. So they're like Their description on Instagram is, hold on, got cotton mouth like a motherfucker.
Oh, were you chewing gum?
I was. A rapid increase in recent anti-trans and anti-gay rhetoric and protests set up violence like the overnight murders at Colorado Springs Club Q. Political scientists and activists trying to keep their communities safe say anti-LGBTQ protesters, spurred on by the conservative media that claims youths are being groomed or mutilated to create larger trans communities, have targeted exactly the kinds of all-ages drag shows and Sunday brunches Club Q had promoted for Saturday night and Sunday morning. These experts say Sunday is National Transgender Day of Remembrance for those impacted by violence and discrimination. After latching onto COVID-19 restrictions, then critical race theory, far-right protesters with activist arms like the Proud Boys began targeting drag queen story hours at libraries and medical professionals who assist in gender transition, says Harvard Kennedy School political scientist Jay Ulfelder. Using words like contagion is a classic kind of pattern in dehumanization and eliminationist rhetoric. They can eventually contribute to mass atrocities, he said. This idea of grooming, and that's a threat to my children, and I will do whatever it takes to protect my children, he says. It's like, what the fuck? Report the fucking facts. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Because facts don't sell. That's not how you grab eyes anymore. And that's the world we live in. We don't live in a world where most people give a shit about facts. For fuck's sake, how many videos do you see on YouTube these days with like the current generation being asked just simple, basic history questions and being like, I don't know where Chappaquiddick is.
And then the way they like brought up the COVID-19. I'm sorry, I have plenty of fucking gay friends who are against the fucking lockdowns and shit too. So this just took like, did you see how it's like what the and then everyone was defending this. Hey, no one knew the fucking motive yet. No one even still knows the fucking motive. It doesn't sound like. So what the and like everyone was just going on about anti-trans, blah blah blah. And I'm like,
I'm gonna have a guess on the motive. You guys want to hear my guess on the motive?
He was on brain drugs and had talked to the FBI before.
No. This I think it's much simpler than that.
After seeing the video of his dad, I think it's gonna be like I was angry at myself for being who I am or some shit.
I'm gonna go with he's angry about being himself. I'll agree with you there, Alice. But he went to the Q Club once he discovered his new non-binary self, trolling for dick. Couldn't get any because of the way he looks the way he was treated. So the safe space that is Club Q, I think, turned into a place that turned him into self-hating. And I think the shooting is going to be a mental illness. Like, I tried trolling for dick there. Nobody ever would put out for me.
They rejected me, and just like a man who would kill a woman.
Whoa. Can we have a moment of silence? The boy king is about to drink poop water. And he's drinking.
He's drinking poop water. Yes. And that's the thing about our society. Our society used to teach kids growing up how to deal with rejection and loss. Yeah. We don't do that anymore. Now everybody gets a fucking trophy. Everybody's a fucking winner. Let me tell you right now, you guys talked about it at the beginning, like you don't understand why Paul's so confident, because I grew up in a generation where I dealt with losing and I dealt with rejection. I still get rejected to this day. I just don't give a fuck and I move on with it. You know why? Because I dealt with that shit when I was younger. And let me tell you, I look a lot like this shooter. Fat, bearded, he's got hair, I don't. But I still get trim. Not as much as I want, and I still get rejected every now and then, but it is what it is.
A mutual friend of Paul and I did a show with Skylar. He said, I remember on the show, he said, one of the best parts about getting older is you really do learn how to just not give a fuck what anybody thinks anymore.
That's it.
And that's this. Yeah. Like I remember when Paul and I moved to Florida when we were young, like I remember we started going to a school that had like one of the first school shootings in the country. And I remember like at that time, how it was such a big deal. It was such a tragedy. And I remember each fucking school shooting after that was looked at the same way. It wasn't as frequent. And now it just feels like it's an every fucking day occurrence, not just school shootings in general. Like, it just feels like it just happens nonstop. It's like, what the fuck happened to us? Like, where are we going wrong?
Travis, and you're right. And normally I'm used to Alice having the headsets on to where I can say whatever I want. So, Alice, I do apologize for my vulgar language and my rant.
I don't. I know that kid. I know that
Alice.
Family.
Alice, you're muted.
He's not paying attention. He's just like, lady,
My yoo-hoo, please.
Yeah, Grayson is like King Joffrey, okay? Like this dude could have you beheaded for saying shit like that to us, okay?
Good point
I'm
first.
kidding. I don't know.
Do you want to go to the tomorrow?
Somebody said something earlier in the chat about where is it? I want to go up real quick because I just wanted to. I happened to see it today. It's something about the Young Turks.
Hell yeah, Travis.
Travis Schiffer. It was Travis. Did you guys see that the Young Turks Buck stuff? Now I don't know what that is, but I did see something today before we went live about it. It was the quartering. Jeremy posted it, and it had something to do with the Young Turks,
Tim Pool,
and Tim Pool getting doxxed. And I don't know. I think Paul could probably.
No, I know like everybody's attacking Tim Pool. He posted, okay, so related to the Colorado shooter, Tim Pool posted either yesterday or this morning on Twitter. He said something to the effect of having drag queen story hours are grooming children, and grooming children is wrong. Like going into a gay club to shoot everybody up is wrong. How do we get to a place where, you know, we're not grooming children and the violence, and we stop violence? How do we do that? And everybody took that as he was giving the Colorado shooter a pass, or he was praising the Colorado shooter. I don't know. And then I guess Cenk Uygur did Cenk Uygur things, and who cares? Who cares what Cenk Uygur has to say? He thinks we should be able to fuck animals. So, and I hope he does. I'm the reg.
I gotta be honest with you. Depending on the animal, I'm not totally opposed to that idea.
The liberty-minded person in me says it shouldn't be illegal. Like you shouldn't do jail time. I would never fuck a sheep.
I mean, to me, if the animal is receptive to like emotion and love and affection, like a dolphin. I'm kidding. Hey, Grayson, what do you feel about? How do you feel about dolphins, buddy? You think they're cool? I feel like I hijacked the Force.
I think that's respectful.
I'm sorry.
If the animal's into it.
I feel like I hijacked the show in the worst way, and I'm so sorry,
Which
everybody.
Turk guy is the pedo? I think Cenk, the guy who owns. I don't know if he's pedo. I am not saying he's a pedo, Siren. Alleged.
I would never say anything about him or Anna Gasparich because I know they like to go on suing tangents.
Anna Kasparian, smash or pass?
Me? Pass.
Yeah.
Honestly, not. I don't find her. Can I be honest? She reminds me of a girl I went to high school with in Riverdale, who I cannot remember her name. She was a redneck. She had short hair, with a little bob that hung down, and long straight hair. She had cowboy pants, cowboy jeans, cowboy boots. She always dressed like a cowgirl from like Beverly Hillbillies, Ellie Mae. She always dressed like Ellie Mae. I had her in chorus class. I forget her name, but I remember she was in a relationship with this guy named Chad. I'm not going to say his last name. I do know it. He is now famously gay, but at the time when we were all in chorus class, I was like 10th grade. She was telling, she's like, we had sex for the first time, but I didn't let him take my virginity. I'm like, well, then how did you have sex? And she's like, I let him fuck me in the ass. And she would tell us stories about how he loved fucking her in the ass. And then years later, the guy came out gay. I don't know why I got on that topic. Oh, Anna Gasparich. That girl reminds me of her. She was like identical. She had the fucking beak nose. That's it. Anna's not attractive. She looks like a fucking, you ever see Follow That Bird, the Sesame Street movie about Big Bird? She looks like the dodo bird that's trying to kidnap.
Who's Big Bird? What's Sesame Street?
I'm talking about the movie, not Sesame Street. The movie says, you know what you son of a bitch. There's not a lot of people that know there was a movie for
Forest Mommy, Anna Kasparian, smash or pass?
Maybe smash. Maybe.
First Mommy, I gotta tell you.
And I'll tell you what, I'd smash pre and post rhinoplasty. I thought she was cute before the nose job.
I don't know the difference. I'll look it up real quick.
The difference is I'd like a slope for my snow to go down.
Oh, dude, you should have saw the beak before the nose job.
No, I saw.
You see her after. Okay.
I saw the beak before it. I'm sorry, Forrest, Mommy, and Alice. I didn't mean to hijack the show. I'm going to stop talking and let everybody.
Why don't you apologize to me, dickhead?
Because I could care less about you. This ain't your show. Your name is not in the title. Forrest, Mommy, Universe Hump Day.
That's all of us.
I think that's more Forrest, Mommy, and Alice than anybody because they're two women who I both am in love with and fearful of and intimidated by.
I don't
like
give
most
a shit
women,
if you're
though.
my brother. Being told I'm not part of the FMU kind of hurts my feelings at this point.
I mean, you're kind of like the Corky of the Forrest, Mommy, you. Clip 44 minutes, 14 seconds. Life goes on. No, life goes on.
I know Forrest Mommy appreciates me, so I'm not mad about this.
She's as high as I am. Well, not as high as I am, but she's pretty high right now. She's in the zone. Looks like she's solving equations and shit.
I was trying to look up the picture of that girl.
Oh,
which one?
Her before nose job. That's
Anna Gasparian. Gasparian. I'll say whatever the fuck I want to say. Gasparic.
You should find that video of that shooter's dad.
Oh, okay. Do you have a link, or do you want me to look for it? Was it on YouTube?
Michael Malice retweeted it a little bit ago. Let me see if I can go and
First Shot wants to know why is she angry mommy right now? I don't think she's angry mommy. I think she's really stoned and clued into her thing.
Mother of accused Colorado club shooter speaks out. About a 3-minute, 21-second video. He looks like a gay porn star. Am I in the area?
Imagine a dick nose. That was her nose.
I was just gonna put that.
Like Richard Nixon.
He seemed pretty methed up.
All right. Well, I'm assuming this is him because he looked like a gay porn star who does do meth. So.
I want to see. I love gay porn stars who do meth and poppers. They're my favorite. Why is she wearing a velour dress? A crushed velvet? It looks horrible. That looks horrible.
CBS David Garfinson talked with
that dress is disgusting looking, man.
You guys are harsh in here.
Oh wow! Let's make sure.
Is this Josh Brolin trying to? Is this Josh Brolin's audition for Sin City?
I'm bringing this to 130 on the volume. All right, I want to hear this because this guy looks like he might be my spirit animal.
No, this guy looks like not funny. Ha, funny queer.
All right, you ready? Let's do this. Is this it, Alice? Is this what you saw? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I love my son no matter what. I love my son.
Until 6 months ago, Aaron Brink thought his son had committed suicide.
I thought he was dead. I mourned his loss.
6 months?
He says his ex-wife had called him from Colorado in 2016 to tell him their son, Nicholas Brink, had changed his name to Anderson Aldrich and then killed himself.
Do you have any idea why he changed his name?
Yes. His mother told me he changed his name because I was on intervention and I've been a porno actor.
You heard correctly. At the time,
Brink
was acting in Los Angeles.
I'm not making fun of this guy.
In porno movies. For 6 years, he thought his son was dead until Aldrich called him out of the blue last year and started arguing with him over the phone.
He's pissed off. He's pissed off at me. He wants to poke at the old man.
Fast forward to 2 days ago, Brink got a call from his son's defense attorneys telling him Aldrich was involved in a shooting at an LGBTQ nightclub in
Constitutional Carpenter.
Brink says he's a Mormon, and his first reaction was, "Why was my son at a gay bar?"
Mormons don't do gay. We don't do gay. There's no gays in the Mormon church. We don't do gay.
I ran into Brink while he was unloading appliances at his home in Sherman Heights. When he learned more details of the deadly shooting, he was shocked.
There's no excuse for going and killing people. If you're killing people, there's something wrong. This is not the answer.
Can we find his porn? Can we find his porn?
I'm sure your sperm had nothing to do with that, man.
No, the kids had a very stable, normal life, obviously.
I gotta say though, I really don't want to make fun of this guy because he says like I was in recovery. Like I can't make fun of somebody whether or not he stuck with them.
I bet he's actually fun to hang out with, and then like you get friends with him, and then you could roast him.
Are we talking about the son or the dad?
The dad.
Later in the interview, he's like, he was like, I was because he's not gay, and he's like, I'm conservative Republican.
I haven't talked to him in 6 years. I don't know why my kid that I haven't talked in 6 years would be sucking dick.
In San Diego at Sharp Mary Birch Hospital in 2000. He and his wife lived in Cardiff by the Sea at the time.
What they're not telling you is that he just robbed those appliances. He's going to sell them on eBay for meth money.
Oh, but he's white.
But they soon got divorced. Brink currently works as a mixed martial arts coach. He says he taught his son how to fight.
I praised him for violent behavior really early. I showed him that it works. It's instant, and you'll get immediate results.
But in the wake of the violence at Club Q, Brink is changing his tune.
life is just so fragile and it's valuable. Those people's lives are valuable. You know, they're valuable. They're good people, probably. You know,
Probably.
It's not that you
Probably.
kill somebody over. You know,
This is a good. This is like.
I'm sorry. You know, that my son
I feel
down.
so bad for him on so many levels.
At one point in that interview, we informed Brink that Colorado does not have the death penalty. He folded his hands in
How you feeling about that decision, Colorado?
front of him, looked up.
I actually know a
and
lady
said,
who
"Thank God."
headed that up.
I don't. Wisconsin doesn't have it either. I just don't understand why everybody's
Hey,
so
Forrest
against it.
Mommy, can I ask you a question?
Mhm.
That's off relation topic, but kind of with Colorado. I noticed your vape cart. How much for a gram cart? Like if how much for like a gram 510 thread cart out that way? Just out of curiosity.
This Korea, it's probably like, I don't know, $30.
I would like.
I'm happy I live in Michigan. I'm happy I live in
praise. I
It
would
might
like
be
to
less.
praise.
I never pay
the
attention.
weed-
I just throw cash at them and walk out the door.
$15.
I would like to praise the weed industry for allowing my brother at the age of 42 to finally
learn math.
thread mathematics, and how threading works.
Grams, ounces, half ounces, quarters. What do you want to know, motherfucker? I got a scale. Let's do it.
3.5 grams, baby.
He's
What's
42.
15
He
times
just
3?
learned algebra.
If you got 3 crackheads who want 15 grams, how many grams is that? Oh, let me tell you.
It's crazy to hear that. Yeah. And then Travis and the thing, $15 a little man it's funny because when Clerks 3, Paul and I talked about it on our show, but Clerks 3, that was the one thing that really stuck in my craw was Jay and Silent Bob sold a guy 3 pre-roll joints for $100. And I'm like, there's no fucking way I would pay $100 for 3 fucking joints. That is insane. But then you just told me $30 for a 1 gram carton.
Well, I can get, if I get pre-rolled, I can get full gram pre-rolled joints. I can usually get like 7 for like 55 or 60.
That's
and then I
not
get
bad.
a free half gram too, usually with it.
Plus, I'm sure you probably know people who grow out there, don't you?
No, I actually don't, but I did grow. I didn't this summer, but the other 2 summers I grew my own. It was like an experiment, so I think I'm gonna do it again. I gotta start this,
Dude,
this spring.
First of
But
all,
I'm gonna buy good seeds because I had like seeds I had, and I had 2 plants each year, and it worked out good. I had a shit ton. I never smoked it all. It's still like here, but I want to get like actual feminized seeds and shit.
Is that what you're allowed personally in your home? Plants, Colorado?
You're supposedly only allowed 6 or whatever, but you can do. You can have up to 6.
Michigan, it's 13.
What you should do is either find your favorite strains that you like and just work with 1 or 2 of those until you perfect them.
Yeah.
And then like really get them under your skin, and then try and find somebody who's good at like the genetics, like cross-pollinating the genetics of strains and create like a Forest Mama Universe weed strain. That would be fucking
cool.
badass.
The thing is too out here, I mean, it's probably pretty much the same everywhere now, but because I had them out on my deck, like they were just out on my deck where I'd sit down and stuff. And like they say, if you have it outside, it will get pollinated by it because everybody has so much weed out here growing. So it's like it will happen.
As the non-weed smoker here, it is really enjoyable to watch Alice, who does partake, who lives in a state that's not legal, watching and observing this conversation. By Alice's face, she said it herself. By Alice's face, you could tell she does it the old-fashioned way. She gets whatever the guy who shows up in the 1984 Trans Am gives her.
Let me tell you something. I was that guy. I was Alice for most of my life until Michigan legalized marijuana at the age of 38 when I moved here. Like, dude, I was the same as Al. There was a guy when I lived in Florida. I would call a guy every other Friday when I get paid and be like, "Hey, man, can you drop like a quarter off at my house?" When I would get, what did I say? What did I say? Rude.
I made up that whole fucking story, and you were going off like it was gospel.
That's
Kids have no idea these days. Kids have no idea that you had to make all these phone calls and like sketchy meetups and like it was so different back then. Now it's fucking Willy Wonka. It's like 2 miles away from my house. I can get anything I want.
Exactly. Before I left Florida, I had a guy I called who would just deliver it to my house while I was at work. Now it's like you said, I live down the hill from like 2 dispensaries. I live like a 3-minute walking distance from 2 dispensaries. It is mind-boggling to me that there are people in this country who still don't have that luxury. And I get it if it's not your thing and you don't want to do it, that's cool. But like, I remember when I really first started doing this at the age of 30, like my buddy Dave hooked me up. I remember calling Dave, this guy. I don't give a Paul. Laugh all you want. I'm going into it.
No, I'm laughing at this.
Oh, okay. Dave, like my buddy Dave, when I was 30, like I called him and I'm like, I remember when I worked with him at the movie theater, he was the big pot guy at the theater. And I called him up at 30 and I'm like, I'm stressed out at my job. I don't know what to do. I don't want to keep doing fucking with pills, even though I did. And I like,
Yeah,
you still fuck with weed? Hey, Arm Dave, high quality. And he said, yeah, come on over. And he played me a Ween. I shit you not. We listened to Ween for like 2 hours and he got me high as fuck. And I remember leaving that dude's house. I played with the Ween. It's Pat. The movie is so fucking underrated. I remember leaving his house. And as the weed was hitting me for the first time, like really fucking hitting me, I remember texting him as I got to a stoplight and I'm like, why is this illegal? That was the only thing I texted him. Like, why the fuck is this illegal? So it does boggle my mind as we do this, as we venture onto the Forest Mama universe and do live streams and our show, that there are people in this country that still don't have that luxury. And it boggles my mind because it really isn't. It's not what you were fucking led to believe. It's a wonderful, beautiful fucking thing. And when you mix it with beer, it's just like a hand job smoothie in your belly.
I was thinking about getting a beer.
I'm thinking about getting another beer too, Alice. Thanks a lot, you goddamn what's the word I'm looking for? Not influence, a bad word for
inconsiderate cunt.
Level like stuff to do later. And sometimes when I drink, I stay awake longer.
But we're having fun.
I've just got to go have dinner with my family tomorrow, so I'm trying to get as drunk as I can tonight to be hungover.
Oh, if you don't think I'm going to be, I'll bring edibles for you if you want.
Can I tell you about fun tales with hunting with my liberal dad? You guys want to hear some fun tales?
It's so weird that our dad is liberal. It's so weird that
So yeah, because he never used to be. And
no,
Trump
it's so weird, dude.
So we're driving, right? And me and my dad have a rough history together. He gets mad about politics, projects it on me.
He wished death on Paul during the COVID.
Yeah, so we're driving around, right? And we live in very Trump country, some would say.
Mm-hmm.
And we're driving, and he's reading every fucking yard sign. Every yard sign. Trump 2024. Trump won. Everyone knows it. Okay. So he's reading every one out loud, and I'm not taking he's baiting me. He's baiting me into a conversation. And then there's one that agrees with his side of the aisle. There's one that says simply fuck the Supreme Court. And to my dad's credit, he goes, man, we as a society have become too comfortable with posting the word fuck in front of our house. And I looked at him and I go, I agree with you, Dad. And he goes, really? It said fuck the Supreme Court. Of course you agree with me. I'm like, it could have said fuck Trump. I was like, Dad, you know I'm not a diehard Trump guy. Like, he was definitely a better option. That's all I'm saying. And he's like, whatever. And like, then we see the big giant, I'm talking 20 feet by 40 feet, fucking painted, beautifully painted on plywood, on stilts, concreted into the ground, in the thing, just a huge mural. And it said, Trump won in 2020 and everybody knows it. And my dad reads this out loud and he goes, huh, fucking retards in this world. And I bet you're going to be a fucking retard and you're going to vote for him again. I know this is a bait. I know he's baiting me into an argument. So I decided I'm going to take it on this one.
Pause. I can't wait till tomorrow. Now that I'm hearing this story, I'm like, God, I cannot wait for Thanksgiving tomorrow. It's good. My dick is hard right now, dude. I get another beer. Keep going.
My response to him is, I don't know, Dad. It depends on who runs against him in the primaries. And he goes, what? Like, he didn't know what to say because he thought I was just going to be a Trump diehard. Because in his head, my response to him was, it depends on who runs against him in the primaries. And that just fucking blew a circuit because he thinks I'm a Trump ride or die guy. And if you know me, because we don't talk politics, because the second I start telling him what my beliefs are, he gets super fucking mad. Doug can attest to this. And then it just ruins the whole day. And he either quits and walks out on the family. It's really crazy. And I never yell. I never argue. And I'm like, depends on who runs against him. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, like if Ron DeSantis runs against him, I'd probably vote for Ron DeSantis. If Nikki Haley runs against him, I would really have to think about it. I'd probably vote for Nikki Haley in that situation after reviewing everything. And he's like, well, I mean, at least there's that. But if you're saying if those people don't run, you're going to vote for him over Joe Biden. I go, without fucking question,
I
would
kind of
vote
wish
for
you would have said
Trump Biden in a general. I said without question. And he goes, I can't fucking believe that. I'm like, Dad, look me in the eyes and tell me that your life has been just as good the last 2 years as it was the 4 years under Trump. I was like, you're buying the same gas I am. You're buying the same groceries I am. You can't deny that you're seeing a different intake. Holy shit, did that fucking send him off? Because he knew he had no argument for it. It's the goddamn gas
corporations
owners and the corporations, and it's the goddamn
100%.
Can you believe? Literally, this is he said that, and then he goes,
he never
can
used
you
to be.
believe they're not wanting your fucking Republicans don't want to pay off student loan debt? I go, Dad, you might want to stop this conversation right now because you're not going to want to hear my opinion. He's like, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. You went to college, you paid student loan debts. And I'm like, no, Dad, I never paid student loans. I worked full time and paid off everything the semester I took it. And he's like, oh, well, it's the goddamn same thing as the PPE, the PPP. And I'm like, no, the difference is the government shut businesses down and didn't allow them to make a living. That's the difference. But to your point, I'm still not in favor of the PPP.
Yeah, that should have never happened.
It should have never happened because the government should have never closed businesses down.
Exactly.
And he went off, and I go, and he goes, this is what happens every time we bring up politics. And he's starting to cry. He's like, you fucking ruined the goddamn day. I go, first off, I didn't bring up politics. You have been reading every single Trump sign, goading me into a conversation. You then asked me a question. I responded to you to have an intelligent conversation, and you flew off the handle. Not my fucking fault. Not my problem. And I said, if you're going to let this ruin your fucking day, and this is going to be the end of our day, I'll run you home real quick, and we can stop hunting.
It's like he wanted to do it. It was kind of like
it really is. It really is.
That's who he's become. And it's the fucked up thing is he never was like that. He never used to be. Trump
he was a diehard Republican back in the 90s and 2000s.
Was he really, or was he really?
Yeah.
No, he was.
No, he was a Republican.
Donald
he was a hard R Republican.
I would say Donald Trump, CNN, MSNBC, and Fox. It was like the perfect. And COVID was COVID. Like at that time, that's what really ramped all this up with us. Was the perfect storm for him, and it broke like so many people in this country. It
the
broke
propaganda
his fucking brain.
They rolled out the biggest propaganda campaign
for 2 years.
He's a CNN guy. He's my dad. 24. I guarantee. I pay for my parents' TV. Like it's my TV that they watch. Like it's my package because it's all internet. I have DirecTV Stream. I'll bet you, and I'm willing to do it live on screen. I'll pull up my DirecTV page, and when you do it, it opens up the last channel that was clicked on. I'll bet my life it opens up to CNN.
When I use
he literally sits and watches CNN all fucking day.
Up until last Christmas, and last Christmas, to his credit, we did not see CNN. We saw YouTube was brought up, and it had one of those fireplace Yuletide log things replaying on a loop. But prior to last Christmas, every holiday that we went to, it was anytime you go to the house, not fuck the holiday, anytime you went to the house, CNN. If it wasn't CNN, it was MSNBC. If it wasn't MSNBC, it was Fox. Like he had those three channels on a loop, and he's siding with CNN, middling with MSNBC, and like Fox are fucking idiots. Like it's wild. It's just a.
I love when my dad talks to me about the military. Like my dad never served a day in his life. And then he starts telling me about military strategy and military planning. And then, like, whenever I offered opinion, he's like, you don't know shit. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I was only an intelligence analyst in the military for 6 years. Whatever.
When I visit our folks' house without Paul, like, it doesn't happen anymore. It really doesn't. But it used to be, like, during the pandemic when he wished death with COVID and all that shit on you, like, anytime I would go over after that, and once I explained to him why you were pissed off, because that to me is like what really broke the two of you for a while was that comment.
He wished death on me.
And he didn't. He started like he had this tactic where when I would go over there without Paul, he would try and throw Paul under the bus. Like I didn't. He didn't care, but like he didn't realize that I knew Paul's the other side of the thing. And I told you when that happened, when he told you that, I remember he's like, I don't know what his problem is. I apologized to him. I'm like, do you know what you said to him? Do you understand what you're apologizing for? And he's like, what did I say that was so bad? And I'm like, you said you wished he got COVID and died. your own son. You said that to him out loud. Like, that's something you're not going to be able to take back, and you don't understand why he's not accepting your apology. I'm like, dude, you got to have a little bit of self-awareness on this one.
I'll tell you what,
like,
the
like,
year
you
I
gotta
didn't
have-
accept his apology and I participated in no family events in 2020 was literally the best year of my life. It was so nice. And Travis,
Anyway.
I saw you say get off DirecTV now. Yeah, I like the only reason I have it is for my parents. That is
Why, what's wrong
literally
with
the only
DirecTV?
reason. Just get off regular TV, I think is what he's trying to say. I don't watch regular ass TV. The only thing I watch on regular ass TV is fucking baseball that's locked to ESPN because they do that every now and then. I don't.
Okay.
Force Mommy is like totally out there. Force Mommy, change the subject.
Speaking of the CNN stuff, that was, I don't know if you guys remember when I was talking about that 95-year-old Roland who passed away recently, and he was like, he got hooked on that CNN, and like, you know, he was just like, everything they said, he said. It was like a transmission, you know, like it was like they're transmitting this shit. It really is that, like, what's the next thing, you know, the NPC thing. And then he got all the boosters, and then all of a sudden he was full of all these. He's old, but like something happened. The boosters definitely fucking pushed it over the edge, and like, because he went from pretty independent at 95, he was doing really good, and then 2 months later, bedridden, a month later dead, and he was all like,
"Oh, I don't know if you saw the CDC released the numbers today. Now, COVID deaths." It's higher with vaccinated. There's more vaccinated dying from COVID than there are from unvaccinated dying from COVID.
I got to follow constitutional.
That came out today.
If I don't.
Yeah, I saw that. And then Fauci was still saying some shit just the other day. Fauci was like still pushing that shit, and it's his last thing he's saying. Like, what the fuck? Fuck these fucking lizards, man.
I don't think what you're all realizing is the benefit of all these beagles that I've killed over the years. You're really acting like a spoiled bitch right now.
I real quick, but I don't mean to derail this. Travis says no DirecTV is overpriced. Overpriced to the customer. I totally agree with you. I got it through my cell phone provider, which is AT&T. Back when it first came out, and they were giving lifetime contracts to get customers on board. So I got $35 for the basic package, and as long as I never re-sign another contract, I'll have that. So I get like the basic package for $35 for the rest of my life.
Big hands.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. It's like 79 channels, and it includes local channels too. And my parents are old. Like, I got them cord cut. They're on an Amazon Fire TV. They have all the apps, but my dad will not live without like a DirecTV or basic cable interface that he's used to from, you know, the 70s all the way up until ever. He can't get off of it. My mom is like YouTube, fucking Netflix, Hulu.
Dude, our mom continuously surprises the fuck out of me because she's the sweetest woman I've ever met in my life, but she is the most unassuming person that you would think would dive into some of the shit that she ends up loving. Like, she called Paul and I one day and she's like, have you ever seen the show Ozark on Netflix? It's really good. I'm like, that's the last fucking thing I thought you would call me about. Like, Ozark? Are you out of your fucking... It's a drug show, Mom. Mom's cool as fuck, dude. She loves watching it. The Stephen King show that was on HBO. What was the... Yeah, Mom's
that's crazy, Kelly. I'm so
my
sorry.
dad went from being healthy in 2020 to getting all his boosters and now dead. Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's crazy. I have a brother-in-law. I think he from other vaccines earlier in his life. He had liver failure and he never drank. He had to get a fucking liver transplant. He never drank too. But this shit is killing people. Supposedly.
So the 95-year-old you were talking about, you knew him personally?
Yeah, I sold his house, and so his son is like one of our best friends. Him and his wife are like one of our best friends. We hang out all the time, and he works for Mr. Forrest Mommy, so it's his dad. And yeah, it was a bummer, but
yeah,
that's so crazy, Kelly.
Death is a bummer. Death's a bummer, but at the same time, like death is. As I get older, oddly enough, it's something I look forward to. Like, I made peace with it a long time ago, but in some respects, I really do kind of look forward to it most days.
It's literally the ending of all of our stories, so we should deal with it. Big Hands, I see you're enabling your dad. I've thought about that many a times, but in the same token, if I didn't pay for this and just let him have it, he's going to get it himself, and then he's going to be spending like over $100 of my parents' money that they don't have, bankrupting it. And this is no offense to my brother. When my parents die, I'm going to be the one who has to settle the estate. I'm going to have to figure.
No offense taken. I've already told you that multiple times. I don't.
So I'm trying to take over as much of their shit as I can now, just so when everything goes, I can make it as easy as me to do everything. Because my parents aren't going to be around in 10 years. Like I think 10 years is a fair estimate to say that both of my parents will be gone. It is what it is. I mean, I'm not saying.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you.
And
did.
my
I'm just
dad,
saying,
for
like,
all
it is
his
a bummer to
fucking
think about.
flaws, he's still my fucking dad. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure. I fucking love Dad. Don't get me wrong. I love Dad. I get it. I agree with you 100%.
Hey, Alice.
First Shot said, first of all, I do want to ask Alice something, but I want to get to First Shot said something in the comments. I think a lot of people are turned off of all jobs now. I can attest to that because I'm not going to go into what I do for a living. I did that before the show went live, but I'm going to say this. The few people that I've tried to get hired for the position that was open where I work at, Paul was the most viable fucking candidate. I think about, you have no idea, especially over the last 2 weeks, how I think about how much I wish the fucking union didn't exist, because I'm like, God, Paul and I could be working together. I wouldn't be stressed out right now. I know that I'd have somebody watching my back. And the reality is the only people who are going out for jobs right now first.
I think he's meant jabs, but that was
jabs. Okay, my bad. Then wow, like Paul on our show, you totally derailed me.
It is definitely
Thank you.
jabs. He wrote jabs too. I was letting it go.
Did I see jabs?
Alice, because I want to hear Alice's voice. Because it's so
he did. I'm sorry. It looks like jobs on my screen. I had small text. I apologize.
This is proving, like everyone says, women talk the most, but I think the show is proving differently. Me and Alice are just being polite. Gotta let them just go sometimes. Just gotta let them get it out of their systems, right? I love it.
You said you wanted to ask Alice something, Doug.
Not anymore. I don't.
I'm hoping you let her answer.
No, I'm good. I'm good. What's it like being a girl? You and Jess talk. Continue.
No.
I have a question, Alice. What room are you in? Because I don't.
I want to know what
that
the dinosaur is behind you. I want to know if it's a toy or if it's a stuffed animal.
I'm in the classroom.
Okay. I never went in the classroom.
That's because Jess was staying in the classroom when you were here.
Oh, so it's the first one there off to the kitchen, the first door off by the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like straight across, kind of.
Yeah, I didn't want to smell the Jess and Hex sex smell. Why would I go in that room?
I would. I bet it smells like Jupe cologne and
we are brother and
Cavassier.
sister.
Yeah,
Come on
incest sex. Who wants to smell that?
Jupe cologne, weed, and
that would
passion.
be funny to make a porn and then say it is like incest and not step. Say it's like true incest.
Okay, so
Alice, I'm not going to talk for the rest of the show.
No, Doug, stop it. You gotta take it. I've been watching so much Kill Tony. I've been like wanting to roast people so bad too. So sorry. Go on.
Okay, David Lucas, bring it on, David Lucas.
I'm not bad.
With your chicken head ass. I want to know with Alice's what I wanted to ask Alice is behind you. Is it a toy? Is it a puppet? Is it that dinosaur?
Or is it real?
No, not. I know it's not real, but what is it? Is it it's cool as shit looking, man. Fuck off.
It's a dinosaur. Like eats and stuff.
But is it a puppet or is it just a stuffed animal or a toy or?
It's a toy. It's like hard.
Oh, okay.
Oof, I know all about that.
He goes like rawr, and yeah, he's super fun.
All right, that's all I wanted to know. What else? What you girls, you guys go.
I have something to rant about that really annoyed me.
Yeah, you just gotta let them go sometimes. These broads, these loudmouth broads.
Rant it out.
These bitches that won't stop talking. Go ahead, Alice.
So,
hey, Adam wants a link. Can you send him a link?
I'll send him one. You got it? Okay.
We'll get you hooked up, Adam.
I thought he was in the Twitter conversation with us. That's why I
he's got shit he wants to say. Probably because his wife's getting cut off every turn by you, Doug.
Oh, you motherfucker. I want to punch you in your tiny little dick right now.
No, I know what he wants to talk about. He told me what he wants to talk about.
Okay, Adam, I'm texting it to Adam.
I like big hands. When I see big hands in the chat, I'm like, big hands, I know you're the one. When I'm a walking, I stop.
Rant now, or you keep talking?
I'm done.
All right. So, because like the woke left has to like infiltrate everything, it just drives me nuts. So You know the Walking Dead finale happened this past week, right?
Yep. Rick showed up. Spoiler.
Well, he didn't show up in the show. There was a post scene credit or whatever.
It was really gay.
I keep telling Adam, I was like, it started with me saying I would hate to be an adopted kid that watched The Walking Dead, because all the time I'll be watching videos or about The Walking Dead or reading comments about The Walking Dead, and people are like, well, RJ is the true Grimes. It's their actual kid. And I'm like, I mean, dude, you guys know Judith, right? Judith is still in the show is Michonne and Rick's kid. Like, that's who they raised, right? So then today, a bunch of people were saying, like, yeah, like, why do they look at Judith that way? And I was like, yeah, exactly. Why do they look at Judith that way? There's like a lot of kids who are adopted in the apocalypse, right? That aren't with those. So, like, why with Judith do they always say she's not a real Grimes? So today, this chick tweets.
John Bernthal.
Listen. This chick tweets, you know why, and if you don't know why, it shows your privilege. So I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? It's because people think that people say that because Michonne is black and Rick is white and Judith is white. And it's like, but dude, Ezekiel and Carol are black and white, and they have a white kid, and nobody ever looked at their kid as not being their kid. So it has nothing to do with racism. But everybody's now like, Walking Dead fans are racist. And it's like, no, they're just stupid.
You're telling me
the only thing I want to throw in this conversation is, if I am in the middle of the zombie apocalypse, my number one concern is that there is racial equality amongst the living.
You know, that's the thing that boggles my mind the most about that, is that that's a conversation. Like, do you really think, like, in the real life event that the zombie apocalypse would happen, that we would still be arguing about this fucking color of our skin and the differences because of it? For fuck's sake, work together. God damn it, why are people so far gone?
If the zombie apocalypse or nuclear holocaust ever actually happened, let me tell you how society would play out. A, we'd go Mad Max pretty quick. B, women would become subservient immediately.
Oh, man.
Because they're going to need a man to survive. For real. You can give me those eyes, Alice, all you fucking want. But women are going to be subservient. And men are going to get right back to the top of the patriarchy. When you don't have a Starbucks on every fucking corner of America that has fucking some soy boy serving you lattes, you're going to realize you want dudes that look like Adam and Paul real fucking quick. Real quick. And be like, hey, can I hang out with you guys? You know why.
No, apparently I don't, you piece of shit.
Doug, do you like firing guns?
Oh, that's what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I half in, half out of what you're saying. Adam, how you doing?
Good, guys. How you doing?
Good.
How you doing,
I'm going to shut up for a while because I'm going to let you talk. It's good to see you, and I miss you.
But I got to let the oil cool down. I got to change the oil in the car before we go to Buffalo tomorrow.
What's in Buffalo?
New York.
I know it's Buffalo, New York. I'm asking
wings?
What's their family?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wings. Hot wings. My bad. Hot wings.
Hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
So I only want to stay on for a couple minutes. So I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Thankful for all of you. It was a great time in September. Look forward to more get-togethers with us. So just want to say that. And then Paul, you were talking about your dad and like TV and shit. And a few weeks ago, Grayson got sick, and I was telling my mom that Grayson was sick, and she's like, "Oh my God, I hope it's not that RSV or whatever the hell that's going around with kids, right?" And honestly, I didn't even know what the hell she was talking about. So then, like, I start hearing about the RSV and stuff like that, and on Tuesday nights I throw darts. Our home bar is right by my mom's house, so I go try and see her before darts. So she's watching mainstream media, and the story came on. It was like CBS Nightly News or something. The story of these babies and how these PICUs are like overflowing with sick kids, right? And I said to my mom a couple weeks ago, I was like, I wonder what the percentage of these kids that had this RSV are ones that got vaccinated. Or because there was like a 1 month old, I'm thinking like, all right, mom got vaccinated and passed whatever the hell that has on to the baby, right? So then today, Alice sends me this. It was a post that I think the Libertarian Party or Colorado posted it, and she sent it to me. They retweeted an article about it, so I sent it to my mom. And a lot of times, like the past, on a year and a half, 2 years, my mom would like look at me like, I was fucking Alex Jones or something like that. Like, when I would tell her about how when the vaccines first came out, I'm like, these things aren't going to work, So she kept trying to get me to get vaccinated and shit. So I sent her that screenshot that Alice sent me, and I said, see, Mom, I know a lot of the shit that I say like sounds crazy, but like a lot of it ends up being true. Like with that Nord Stream 2 situation, like when that got blown up or whatever the fuck happened to it, I told my mom before, I'm like, Mom, like Biden said, like if Putin invades Ukraine, if troops and equipment cross the border, that they're going to take out Nord Stream. She's like, no, he didn't. I'm like, Mom, yeah. So then I found the video on Twitter about that, in February, I think it was, that Biden said that. I saved it, and I took it to my mom, and I'm like, see, like, he said this. So the point is that my mom believes the government a lot. Like she looks at me like I'm crazy, but a lot of the shit that I say that's anti-government ends up being true, which that should be the scary part. Not like what I'm saying, but like the shit that I say, like happens. Like, she sees it, or I can show her because she watches mainstream media and she doesn't see it. And then she goes and votes Democrat because she's fucking broke. She has cancer. They forced her to get vaccinated and boosted a bunch. They pretty much told her that if you don't get vaccinated, we're not going to treat you. And because she's on, state Medicaid shit. You know what I mean? Like, I would like not argue with nurses. Right. And then like even recently we would go to I'd go to doctor appointments with her at the hospital, and like, you gotta put a mask on. I'm like, why? Like, they don't work. So why? Like, it's just, and like, if they're not gonna hold these fucking pharmaceutical companies liable for side effects and shit, then I think like anybody that pushes this shit should be able to get sued. If Alex Jones can get sued for $17 billion or whatever for saying some stupid shit, why can't I sue Jimmy Kimmel for saying dumb shit? You know what I mean? It's just. That's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna go change my oil. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys. I'm gonna
Happy
continue to listen.
Thanksgiving, Adam. Thank you for you. I'm thankful for you too.
Adam, before you leave, man, I just want to let you know, man, I feel the same way about September. I'm looking forward to seeing you again as well, brother. I miss the hell out of you, man. And pineapple.
I'll be up that way in November next year.
I'm looking forward to that as well. We got to plan something absolutely.
We could bring Dad camping too,
Bring my Puerto Rican booty queen and some pineapple Bacardi. We'll call it delightful.
I am doing a great American road trip next summer. Like, I will make sure Cleveland is a stop and Colorado is a stop. But I'm definitely going to spend some time in Texas. I want to do a loop. I want to do a loop around America.
Oh, Texas! We should go to Texas.
Shit, man, you should plan your trip from Cleveland to out west when we go to Colorado. You could be the Donnie to mine and Stoner's.
I want to go south. I want to go south from Cleveland and then cut over and then come back up and around.
I haven't watched it yet.
What documentary?
Died Suddenly, I think it's called. Died Suddenly.
Oh yeah, like the sudden adult death syndrome. Like, I told my mom about this. I'm like, Mom, people that are vaccinated, like, they're just fucking dropping dead. And then did you see at the World Cup, China TV or whatever blurred out the fans? They only had the field, in focus. they blurred out the fans so that people in China wouldn't know that the rest of the world don't wear masks.
Fucked up. Everything's so stupid.
It's just, I try to get my mom to think for herself, and she just rolls her eyes and looks at me like I'm crazy and says, "How did you end up this way?"
That's where we're at, man.
Michael, there's still vax. Wait, hold on, Michael. There's still vax requirements for your local gym.
That's what I was going to ask.
Live?
Paul,
yeah, where do you
live? Let me tell you something about where we live.
All right, guys, I'm out of here, honey. I love you. I'll see you in a couple hours.
Happy
Peace out,
Thanksgiving,
guys.
Adam.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thanksgiving. Good seeing you, Adam.
Paul,
Later,
where
guys.
you and I live in Michigan, the dispensaries here in the last week and a half have just reinstituted masks for all their employees. And I know that because I have a lot of friends who work at the local dispensaries. And I was asking, like, what the fuck's going on? They're like, yeah, a bunch of people in the area have gotten COVID again and the new variants. And like the main boss of like the chain, like just doesn't feel right about it and wants all the employees to wear masks. And I'm like, but the customers don't have to wear them when they come in. Like, no. And I'm like, then what the fuck's the point? 2.5 years later, what the fuck is the point, man? Everyone's going to keep getting it. It's the flu now. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Sorry. It's
real
just
quick,
fucking irritating.
I forgot an armed ape. For some reason,
Yes,
this
Hayden,
comment
you're right.
spurred my memory. And first, if you're
Sadly.
watching, listen the fuck up. Force Mommy, I wanted to ask you, and I guess we'll do it here on live. We're having First on Saturday, and he better come on Saturday because we need a They Live review.
Yeah,
that was what we talked.
2 weeks.
That was what we talked.
I'll have to talk to your wife if she won't let you.
And now that you're back on Twitter, would you like to join Doug, I, and First
on Saturday?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can.
I'll tell you what, we'll be on Rumble and Odyssey. And if
I'm just kind of a big deal lately, so I think I have time. I'm just kidding.
Now this bitch is big timing us.
Bitch, why are you a big deal? Why are you a big deal? Because you on Twitter? You on Twitter? Don't forget the people who got you there.
No.
All right. Anyway, if you do come on, and if you can come on, no pressure. Let me know.
You start Saturday. 7 your time? Is that when you start?
7 our time.
Yeah, but you come on whenever you want to come on if you want it. If you do.
Well, you guys do shorter ones though, so I gotta.
Lately I've been pushing to me, as far as I'm concerned.
Last time you're like, no, we want to keep going.
It's because you start having a good time and everybody starts having, the people in chat start responding. It's like, why the fuck are we gonna? I get the reason why. For Paul, I had forgotten that particular night that Paul was going hunting the next day, so I get that. But like, to me, when you get on a rhythm and you start having fun and people start responding, like, why keep to the rhythm? Just fucking go with the flow.
Yeah, I'm with it. You were the one who wanted a shorter format. That's what's funny about it to me. I don't care. I'll go with it anyway.
Here's what we're doing right now with you.
Make it the end of every 6-hour stream. We'll talk. All right. Force Mommy.
Whose fault?
If you do want to come on, let me know before Saturday. And if you do, there's 2 homework assignments. One is we all need to watch the documentary Armed Apes talking about, and 2 is you need to watch They Live, because that's the reason.
I watched They Live I've been They Live forever.
Yeah,
when I was like,
spoiler.
Young.
I really want First on because First already's given me an indication he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it.
Did he watch it finally?
Well, he watched it.
Yeah, he did.
You can't you have to not. I can see why he maybe doesn't like it, but he doesn't appreciate the message and then the time it was made.
Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't like it.
I think that's why a lot of people don't like it.
Oh, why a lot of people? I thought you said okay.
Well, Armed Ape, our platform isn't on YouTube. Maybe Armed Ape has time Saturday. He could join us for the documentary.
Armed Ape, I sent you a link for tonight, by the way. Armed Ape on Instagram, in case you want.
Come on, Armed Ape. Oh my God,
on the gram.
For a minute, I thought Alice had a giant, oversized Bud Light can in the background. I realized it was just a tiny can right up front of the camera.
You think Peter Jackson is producing Alice's fucking StreamYard?
I honestly believed it was real. I'm like, holy fuck, that's a big can of Bud Light. I just noticed it.
Oh yeah, I'll give St. Michael a shout out. So St. Michael and Kelly, that was in here earlier, the one whose father passed away, and me are Robbie's biggest fanboys on his live YouTube. So St. Michael made a thing recently where he clips them. So it's run your mouth clips. So everyone go follow that.
Run your mouth clips.
Something like that. I don't know if you can find it. He could drop the link, but you might not be able to.
St. Michael, if you DM it to me on Twitter, I can put it in the chat.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I've got one more beer in me. If you guys got one more beer in you, I'm having a real fun time. But if
Well,
nobody else is, I understand.
I'm not even drinking, and I can keep
This
going.
is beer number. This is beer
baby
number
girl.
8, and I bought 30, so we're good to go.
The
Do you
fire
want to know
clip.
something funny? I went to the local store today, hoping that we were going to do this. In my mind, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and try and promote shit on Twitter and try and get her to like just commit to it.
You manifested destiny, Doug.
I know. It feels amazing sometimes. I like the Christopher Columbus of podcasting right now. And so I went to the local grocery store and I was like, what am I going to get tonight? I had 2 cans of Miller Lite, and they had a sign on the window of the beer cooler for Tall Boys, and it said all Tall Boys are, which used to be like $1.79. All Tall Boys now are $3.79 or 3 for $8.69. And I'm like, what the fuck? And that's the inflation of everything. I walked down the cooler and there's Miller Lite Tall Boys, a 6-pack for $8.29. So for like 40 cents less, I got 6 of them instead of 3 of them. And it's just, that's the world. I don't know why
That's
I got
awesome.
on that. I'm sorry.
That's awesome. Real quick before I forget, I do want to say we're all big. Well, I know me and Doug are, and I think Mommy and Alice are. Kristen K on Twitter, it's her birthday, and I just wanted to say happy birthday, Kristen K. Yeah,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Here's
God
a picture.
damn it, I'd eat her ass in a heartbeat.
Wrong. Oh, yeah, okay. That was all.
She's been a butt poster for a long time, too.
She has an ass.
It's a great butt to post.
I would happily run my tongue across that poo shoot. Oh, I'm sorry, Alice. Am I boring you with my asshole talk?
The fire clips. All right, there you go.
Go grab my last beer.
Oh, clips. It is clips.
Fire clips. It's in chat.
Very good. Whose DMs are closed? Are your DMs closed, Paul?
Oh, it's because I don't follow him back. My bad.
God damn it! I hate Joe Biden.
Correction made.
$3.29 for a fucking Tall Boys.
Thank you, Forrest Mommy, for the shout out yesterday. I do appreciate it. My follower count went way up yesterday.
St. Michael, thank you.
From the stream last night.
I don't know. Did you shout me out on the stream last night? I know on Twitter when you came back, you shouted me
on
out.
Twitter at Douglas is a dope.
I'm pretty sure I brought. Yeah, because I think I brought up bald stuff. I'm like, and you guys, I think I said you guys were on there too. But
is there a way to change your name on the screen without leaving the room?
Yeah, you click on it.
How do you do that?
Edit. Click on the little 3 dots next to your picture, and edit name.
Oh, really okay. Well, when you're fucked up, it absolutely is. And I'm fucked up, and I'm enjoying life, so I could tell you confidently.
Night off, you don't have to work.
Fucking A. And my brother likes to like take digs at me, and I can confidently say, fuck yourself.
That's fine. Whatever.
I'm just glad we didn't have to cook the stupid Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow.
So you guys are going to Buffalo for Thanksgiving?
No, we're going to Niagara Falls. So like right by.
Just
there.
the 4 of you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't have like family to
which you should
holidays.
I didn't know if you knew anybody like close personal friends or that, but if you're going to Niagara Falls,
yeah,
which is awesome. It's very awesome.
You got any plans for tomorrow, Force Mommy?
Yeah, Alice can finish though if you want.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't know. There's a delay and everything. I apologize, Alice.
Sorry. Hopefully my headphones charged. No, so
you sound fine.
When my parents died, like we didn't have Thanksgiving together anymore. So we went from like really big family Thanksgivings to sort of big family Thanksgivings to it just being me, Adam, and the kids. And it's just quiet and it's kind of sad and depressing. And it's just like we would still make the traditional like dinner, like I would make my mom's side, we would make a turkey and all this other shit. And I'm like, I don't know when we decided, and I was like, why do we have to do that? I was like, it's depressing. It's like kind of stupid. It's just the 4 of us. Like, so I found a hotel like right by the falls for real cheap. It's got a nice pool and jacuzzi, and yeah. So just go
Are
there.
the kids excited about it? Are they pumped?
Yeah. Grayson loves staying at hotels.
I used to too as a kid.
I love it still.
Yeah,
they got a pool, I do.
Yeah, he loves staying at hotels. It's funny, but yeah, he's like I showed him Niagara Falls, so he's more excited now because he actually saw what we're gonna see. Scar hasn't been there since she was pretty little, so she's excited.
You should show her Superman 2 before you guys go.
Yeah.
Don't worry, if you fall over, Superman will save you.
So yeah, and hopefully there's some like, I mean it's pretty slow this time of year, but hopefully like some of the stuff that we want to go to that's usually open this time of year is open, even though it's a holiday weekend. Like they have an aquarium there that has like rescue seals like that couldn't live out.
Like seals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like one of them.
Hey,
can you do that again? Can you do that impression again of the seal? Thank you.
That's more of a walrus, but not a seal, but yeah.
Click that.
Hayden's comment before that popped up on the screen. I loved hotel pools as a kid. As an adult, I just feel like a pedo, and all I can think of was Shane Gillis. So like, there I am in the stands with the other uncles.
Are you seeing this shit?
You seeing this shit, bro? You seen these volleyball shorts?
What the fuck?
Like kids or like nieces and nephews or something, you don't look weird. So, but yeah, it's a really nice pool, so I'm really excited. And there's actually a jacuzzi there too.
Oh, that'll be fun. I think it's really cool that you guys do that kind of shit. That you still do family stuff. Well, not you still do that. You are doing family shit like that. I think that's cool that people still do that. Paul and I, for all the shit that we complain about, like we did, our parents did do something they did a lot of cool shit for us in lieu of not having any money. And I remember listening to Mike Myers, Wayne from Wayne's World, talk on Inside the Actor Studio about how his parents used to do something called No Money Fun, where they would their parents would find ways to like have fun, make fun for the family, make life enjoyable without having to spend a dime. Our parents did that shit for us a lot. Like when we were kids, we went on a lot of just road trips to like Green Bay, like 2-hour drives. And then we'd stop at like a rest area. Mom would have a picnic basket full of like ham and bologna and pickle and bologna and egg salad sandwiches. And literally they didn't spend a dime other than gas. Like they just drove us around. We got to see cool sights and shit like that and had a homemade meal and stuff. I think it's cool that you guys do that because that's what that reminds me of. It reminds me, not us. Sorry, I'm fucked up. It reminds me of what our parents did for us when we were kids. I think that's really cool that people still do that. So that's where I'm going with that.
I love getting away, even if it's just for a few days. But yeah, like when I was a kid, my parents would take us on like trips and stuff. Most of the time we would go to Niagara Falls. We would go to Michigan to go to Greenfield Village. One time we went to South Carolina to visit family. And then I went to Vegas when I was 11 or 12 to visit my and my parents let me run around Vegas by myself. Like, what, you guys are stupid.
As an adult, I'm like, man, those are cool parents. But as an adult, I'm also like, wow, that's really dangerous.
I'm like, I was supposed to like stay in the arcade of the hotel, and I didn't. But I was like, why would you?
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Like, if you're in Vegas, for fuck's sake. It's like one of those situations. Like, I never know when I'm going to be here again.
Okay, I found my way back. But yeah, I want to take more trips than that with my kids. Like, not that I didn't love going to Niagara Falls and Greenfield Village and stuff, but it was like Adam and I, like, we like to do like shit, like go to Cedar Point, go to water parks, shit like that, you know. And I want them to see more of the country. That's why I'm like so excited for Colorado next year, because it's like our first big trip in a long time.
I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited to see the stuff that the pictures, the video footage, and all the stuff that you do from it, and the podcasting that you'll eventually do, I'm sure, with Forest Mommy. I'm also excited to see you guys eventually go to Montana so we can actually finally talk about what Yellowstone is really like in real life from your perspective. By the way, never mind. I'm not going to hijack the show. I'm going to shut the fuck up and just drink my beer. I was going to be like, episode 3 of Yellowstone, the new season. Let's talk about it. I'm like, Saturday will be here before you know it. I'm going to shut the fuck up and drink my beer.
Yeah, and I still haven't finished I haven't finished watching season 3 and 4.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I want to watch
No, you don't, Paul.
the Karate Kid show.
Oh, Cobra Kai. I'm on episode 5. We talked about it last Saturday. It's not look, I like it. I still don't hate it. It's not like it's bad episodes. But I said it to Paul, it feels like they're jumping the shark now. Like now it's like not novel anymore. Now it just feels like, okay, I've seen it. I get it. You're going to keep bringing in people from the other sequels.
I was really excited for it because
What are we talking about?
Cobra Kai.
I thought the way they ended it last season was really good. Like
it was.
Yeah. It's like, okay, like now we're coming full kind of like, I don't know, like full circle in a way or some, I don't know. And the song that they picked,
dude,
and better than the way the fucking Walking Dead ended it. Because that fucking song choice sucked.
I honestly,
I had this conversation for okay, 2 things. I've had this conversation many times. It's hard for any beloved show to end the show. There's no ending that's gonna make everybody happy.
I was happy with the Walking Dead ending. Like I was happy with it. I was fine with it. Was there some things where I was kind of like, what happened to this person and what, like you guys just totally okay, we'll just forget that happened.
It's 11 years.
Yeah, I was overall very happy with the ending. There's spinoffs coming, so you can only really expect so much from the show. But they, for like the last dinner that they showed, they were playing Landslide by Fleetwood Mac, and like I know people love that song, but I fucking hate that.
Landslide? Is it Landslide?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, like
I love all Fleetwood Mac. I fucking love Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac. Well, no, I don't like Stevie Nicks. I don't like her.
What? Okay, you know what?
Well,
Paul, you can be friends with her. I'm done. She's dead to me. Fuck her.
Horse Mommy.
I love Stevie Nicks. I'd fuck her to this day.
When the FMU gets a great production budget and we can afford shit, we will use the first Fleetwood Mac song will be Leather and Lace.
Do I need to come out to Colorado and suck Force Daddy's dick? I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's a weird offer. And now,
I don't know.
my second thing, I want to get back to my question. I want to get a budget. I want to get back to my question I asked earlier. Horse Mommy, what are your plans for Thanksgiving?
Tomorrow we just have to do one side. We're doing his side. So we're just going to his sister's, she's only like 15 minutes away. So, and it's more like a lunch-ish time. So we'd be there. But then on Sunday, sorry.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
On Sunday, then so my only family out here right now is my one sister and her family, my brother-in-law that's been fighting cancer and stuff. So his sister has a big family was in town. So they're just doing Thanksgiving there, and then we're gonna do Thanksgiving with them on like Sunday. So doing two.
So like a 2 Thanksgiving type situation, one tomorrow.
Yeah, but not on the same day for like we usually have to go to 2 a day and a little bit of drive-in. So tomorrow's gonna be nice.
That's nice though.
How far does your sister and your brother-in-law live from you?
They're about an hour.
That's not bad. At least you're close to them.
Yeah, and it's like they're even closer than the Forest House, which I go down there all the time. So it's like it's not a big deal to drive down there. So
I love the pictures of where you live.
Small and different.
My foot itches like a motherfucker.
So just out of curiosity, because I don't know, like I know like your family and Mr. Forest Mommy. Good relationship. Do you have a good relationship with Mr. Forest Mommy's family?
Oh yeah, they're so chill and cool and like
that is awesome.
Yeah, and they're like two of his nieces from one family. Those nieces are crazy and they're probably gonna be pregnant at 16. But the other there's 3 other ones that are really cool. 2
Cash me outside.
2 are for real though, but blonde. Then the other
White
kids
chicks.
they're so cool and like the one kid's in college. I think he's a sophomore, and his sister is 1 year out of college. But the college paid for her to go back to college to do gymnastics on more scholarships. So she's like, okay, sure, I'll get another degree in college for free. But they're really cool. They're good kids. And it's at their house. And the extended family of Mr. Forrest Mommy's brother-in-law from that family, he's got a lot of family coming. And there was a guy who died this past year, not too long ago. So like, but it'll be like the first Thanksgiving without Chuck. And Chuck was awesome. Like, he was super cool, dude. His funeral was so awesome. They talked about the importance of fathers. You know, like, it was just so cool to hear that shit. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be like 19 people tomorrow. But I'm just so excited to drink and chill. I don't have to go to another one.
Awesome.
So
That's fucking
That
awesome.
is pretty cool. Yeah,
I'm bringing a ham. I got a ham.
That's what we're doing ham.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
just
a
doing
ham.
me, mom, and dad, and Doug, and then I'm gonna break off.
So excited.
And just go to my cousin's house because my cousin's been super awesome to me. Like
I might go with you.
She does the same thing every year. She does like an hors d'oeuvres, like come as you want. We're only doing it for 3 hours. Open house. I'm dropping the dogs off mom and dad's. I'm gonna hang out with them for an hour or two.
What time are you leaving your place?
I'm leaving my place at around 9-10
in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning. No, at night.
What time do you think you're coming home?
Whenever we're done with dinner, I'm heading out as soon as dinner's done.
I was like I was getting all excited. I'm like, maybe I'll go over for a hors d'oeuvres. But if you're leaving at 9 and 10 in the morning, I'm like,
well, no, I'm dropping the dogs off at mom and dad's, hanging out with them for a little bit, breaking off, going to our cousin's house.
That's cool.
Doing the hors d'oeuvres, coming back, having dinner, and then I'm going home.
That's cool.
You know, the best part of ham, the honey smoked ham, is the leftovers. You fry them in a pan and put it on toast.
Oh yeah,
I actually with whatever. So
yeah, breakfast ham. You have ham sandwiches. I much prefer ham over turkey.
I've been buying ham.
I love turkey legs. We talked about this last night. I'm like, I love smoked turkey legs,
like
but
medieval fairs.
Yeah, but like just like the turkey on Thanksgiving, it's just not my favorite. It's not my favorite.
I'm looking forward to ham gravy. I love ham gravy and asparagus. Mom's making asparagus tomorrow.
Corn casserole and the Funyun ball. Those are my two holiday favorites.
Mom's making. Oh.
She's making a Funyun ball for me. I requested it.
Tomorrow?
What's the Funyun ball?
Oh, dude.
It is
ricotta,
cream cheese. Let me try. It's ricotta, cream cheese, seasonings, made into a ball. And then once the ball is formed, then you take a full bag of Funyuns, you crush it up in the bag, lay it out, and then you roll the cheese ball over the crushed Funyuns, and then you just cut it off. Cracker it
Toll
up.
House crackers. Oh god damn it! Now that I know that's going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, she goes, I don't think Doug likes it. I'm like, I know he does.
Doug loves that shit.
I'll take the rest of it home. No, like I'm the person in my family who loves it the most.
You can take it home. I want the asparagus. That's what I want, and ham gravy more than anything. But I want a little bit of the Funyun ball. Real quick before I forget and get too fucked up, because I'm dangerously close to having one more beer. I've got 2 more in the fridge. St. Michael and Hayden. It's so cool. I don't know either of them until tonight. Forrest Mommy, Alice, Paul. I love all 3 of you, but I do love the Forrest Mommy universe.
I like Hayden and St. Michael more.
Shut the fuck up, Paul. Because it brings people together that love the same shit. Like, I've been a Gas digital subscriber for years, and I love Legion of Skanks, and I love that 2 people I have no idea just showed up in the. I've been in the chat or like referencing. I've been doing the skank hands when Adam was talking, and St. Michael's like, I was doing it with you. I think that's fucking cool, man. I love that our worlds kind of intermingle with all of each other's worlds.
I mean, like, it's so funny. Like, we're literally 2 degrees away from Legion of Skanks because we know Forrest Mommy. Forrest Mommy hangs out with Robbie the Fire. Robbie Fire, Dave Smith. Like, it's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. And
you
Chrissy
have more
Mayer,
in common
Chrissy
with
Mayer's
Dave,
been on.
though. I think I'd
be
better with Big J.
I would love to sit and just smoke vape and drink coffee with Dave Smith for
smoke
an
vape
afternoon.
or vape because you can't really smoke vape. Really, you're not lighting anything on fire. You're heating up an elemental coil like an atomizer. How's it feel to be the dipshit in this conversation?
What's a 15% tip? Guys. What's a 15% tip on a $10 bill?
Oh, that's easy. $2.50.
Not even close.
Are you kidding me? It's on the money. Like during George Bush. I don't know.
I do appreciate my brother has no concept of math or physics, but when it comes when you incorporate weed into the two,
I know
He's
how to
like,
measure
let
weed out.
Let me tell you how this works scientifically. I can
I
break this
used
down
to
for
grow
you.
and sell it, dude. I know how to sell it. I know how to measure shit on the scale and weigh it out. Doesn't mean I understand how, the mathematics behind it. God damn it. I am a retard, aren't I? I'm like a walking
Very much.
I'm a John Coffey. I'm like a white John Coffey from the Green Mile.
Not even close.
You got cornbread, boss? There's so much pain in the world. It's okay, boss.
Arm Dave even gave you the answer in chat. Arm Dave, you are correct. It's about 150.
I love Forest Mommy. This has been one of the best nights I've had in a long time. I'm not used to having nights off to where I can have fun during the week, and this is really fun. I'm having
That's my favorite Alice smile. That like wincing mouth closed smile, and she's glowing right now. Are you pregnant?
Look at Mr. Science with alcohol.
More importantly, is it mine? No, I'm just kidding.
I love all of you.
I haven't seen Adam in the chat very often, so I knew I could get away with that joke.
I'm so fucking glad we all met. I'm grateful for Twitter. I'm grateful for Parag Naga work here anymore, whatever his fucking name was, because his bullshit is what led us all to each other in some weird way. And then Elon Musk.
Chrissy Mayer is the nucleus for this. Legion of Skanks and Chrissy Mayer. Legion of Skanks and Chrissy Mayer.
Which I got connected with her on Twitter. So, Adam's in the chat now.
Oh, you said you did connect with her on Twitter?
Yeah.
Nice.
I made some like really great connections on Twitter, man, during all this shit.
Oh, I meant like in the last 24 hours. I want to see you on a Simcast again. Force Mommy Simcasts are the best Simcasts, and I might be biased saying that, but I still believe it.
I want Melanie Mack.
I think I'll be more comfortable this next one too. And I like how they're having a dude on. I like how they have a dude on, so they'll be
Nick
fun.
Ricada. If you ever get on the same one as Nick Ricada, he was on the last week's. Please, Force Mommy. It's the only thing I've ever asked.
You want me to shout you out or tell him to shout you out or something?
No, he wants to get him on the show.
Yeah.
Get the connection.
For real. For real.
For reals, yo.
It's my world that I'm just doing everything for everybody. I'm just kidding.
I only need you to be yourself. I don't need you to do anything for me other than be you.
That's all I can do.
I don't want to benefit.
Hayden.
That was a good one.
I had some funny things, but just no one got it. I did that last night too. Clint pointed out, he's like, I love how Forrest Mommy just said something very funny and no one even noticed it.
To me, the best episode of Simcast that has ever come out was when you and Sarah Gonzalez were on the same one, because I adore and love Sarah Gonzalez.
She was getting drunk.
Two, when you two fucking melded together and became instant friends, I was like, oh, thank God. I'm going to be 1 degree away from Sarah Gonzalez.
I want Melanie Mack. God, I want to play video games with her and have her just tell me to be her slave. God, she's so hot.
She eats butter. That's pretty classic.
I know, dude. It makes me so horny.
All right, this got weird.
I don't give a shit. It turns me on watching her eat a stick of butter. I'm like, God damn it! Like, I want to make this girl bacon and eggs the way I make it and see if it fucking jives with her. I don't know. I love that girl. That girl's fucking awesome.
Just cool. I wish that's one thing I'm missing is I don't play video games. I would have more of an audience, but I just don't.
See, I don't play video games.
You're out of your goddamn. You're out of your goddamn.
I don't play video games. That's why I think I'm a big part of your audience. Is because that part's not there. Where I'm like, oh man, I feel like I'm just infiltrating this.
But you used to. You can hold your conversation. You can hold a conversation because you used to. Be
I used to love gaming. It's just the last couple of years I just haven't had it in me. Like since I moved back up here is when I quit gaming.
First shot, look her up on Twitter and YouTube, dude. She's literally in her car, like just eating sticks of butter.
Oh, dude, she's a Christian.
Not sexual.
She's cool.
It's not sexual.
Yeah. It's not sexual. She's a Christian.
She's not a good sexual, girl. But if you got the kind of deviant mind like I got, you can make it sexual in a pinch.
Secret Asian man, what up? He's my
Secret
boy.
Asian
He's
man.
my Secret Asian man's my favorite. Discord
That's a
friend.
brilliant username. Secret Asian man.
He's got the best one-liners too.
I'm not gonna lie. Secret Asian is my gay crush on Discord. What up?
He is very good looking. Did you hear me burp?
I'll tell you what.
Sorry.
He is the most attractive Asian man I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, you're doing it, bro. I'm pretty sure
he's got some good hair. I like his haircut.
He's got good hair. Good dude.
That was a good documentary. Chris Rock. Good Chris Rock documentary. Good hair.
It's called Good Hair.
Yep, Chris Rock made a documentary over a decade ago called Good Hair about black people's hair, about like the difference between white people and black people's hair. It's actually a fascinating documentary. He also made a movie I forgot about.
I'm watching that right away. That right there.
What?
Force Mommy on Lines of Liberty.
Oh, you should. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, someone's asking how the kids are, Alice.
Gave them Benadryl. They're out like a light.
Rub a little whiskey on their gums. Speaking of kids, mine are outside. I'll be right back.
The girls chit-chatting on the phone. Fasty. And then...
Oh my God!
Exactly. And the boy king took a shower, and now he's just chilling. He's going to bed soon. I don't know. He might have fallen asleep on the couch. He did that last night after his shower. Like, he was all nice and relaxed and all toasty. The only problem was I had to put his underwear on him.
I was going to say, sprawled out on the couch naked.
He just passed out. He was next to he was on the couch that was the closest to the fire in the fireplace. So he was just, I went in there and I was like, hey, Bubba. And I got closer and yeah, he was like.
Secret Asian man, did you have a mixer with it or just straight? He's flying first class right now. He's on a layover. He works harder than us, so he gets to fly first class.
What does he do for a living?
I only fly first class now, from now on.
Yeah, if you could pay for it, then fuck it. Why the fuck wouldn't you? You know, like, whatever.
I would like to travel for a living. And believe me, I would like to do anything other than what I fucking do for a living.
I would not miss traveling for a living. It sucks.
If it came with fucking benefits, I would blow people on a regular basis as long as they were tested and verified to be clean for fucking health benefits and decent pay. I would suck dick over my job that I got now. That's not true. It's an extreme thing to say. I apologize. Now that I said it, it came out of my mouth. I'm like, no, you do that for fun. Why the fuck? Well, yeah, you probably would do it for health insurance, but then you'd feel slutty. I don't want to be a slut.
Hayden comes from like pilots. He's pilot race. His parents were both pilots.
Is he a pilot?
No. Oh.
Did you just pay $10?
Paul, why'd you do that?
Dude, you're so fucking dumb.
Why did you do that? B, who's Veronica Vaughn?
You've never seen. Are you fucking kidding me right now, Force Mommy? Did you just Paul? Mute yourself right now.
That was worth the $10 alone. That was worth the $10 alone.
Did you? Hold on a second. Are you for real? You don't know who Veronica Vaughn is? You've never heard that name before? I need to know if this is a joke.
I mean, I may have, but it's never like. It's not something I remembered.
Put Chris Farley in your mind. Hold, Paul, shut your mouth. I see the mic going down the pipe. Do that. Bring the video up, but just put Chris Farley in your mind. That Veronica Vaughn. I cannot believe this is the first time this ever happened.
Is it from a movie?
Paul's bringing up the clip. You'll see. We'll find out. I don't want to spoil it because I want to see if you honestly remember. If you forget, I'm not mad at anybody. I'm amazed because this is the first time this has ever happened. I don't think I've ever met anybody who's never known what that was. That is a joke that is so. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm not. I feel like I'm being an ass right now. I'm not. I'm just incredible.
You kind of are, but it's all right. We can. We have to be asses to each other. I want to like.
I don't mean to be.
We need to do a Forrest FMU roast sometime. I want to do that.
I'm genuinely surprised. I don't mean
FMU roast would be blast.
Wouldn't that be fun? We can get Eric. You remember Eric Abinanti? He used to do roasting, so we'll get him on.
I don't want.
Speaking of which, Eric Abinanti, like, get on fucking Twitter, everybody watching this, and fucking tweet at Elon Musk and get his account back. Fucking do it. Because the fact that he's still off is retarded.
It is.
I didn't mean to be an
All right.
asshole. I'm sorry.
Hey, but it is who you are. You is who you is, Doug. All right, you ready?
I was genuinely surprised.
Move it. Get up there, Kyle. 1, 2, 5.
Force Mommy, this is Veronica Vaughn. Right here.
Oh, she's so hot, dude.
Move it or lose it. Get on the bus.
Hi, Miss Vaughn. Nice to see you.
That Veronica Vaughn is one piece of ace. I know from experience, dude. You know what I mean?
No, you don't.
Well,
no,
not me personally, but a guy I know. Him and her got it on. Why?
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
But you can imagine what it'd be like if they did, right? Huh?
Yeah, that's me. I'm sorry, guys.
I'll tell you what. That was the best $10 I've spent in a long time, Force Mommy.
I wasn't.
So when you guys that, I looked up Veronica Vaughn because I'm like, who the fuck are they talking about? And it just so happens that there is a Veronica Vaughn in real life, and she's a porn star.
That's a good porn name.
I guarantee you she's named after the character we just saw. I genuinely wasn't trying to be an asshole. I was just amazed that nobody's ever neither of you seen Billy Madison?
Yeah, here's
through.
Not everybody remembers like every line from a movie.
You're married to a man who remembers every line from a movie. And I guarantee if Adam is here, Adam appreciates that.
It drives me absolutely fucking nuts, dude.
Is this what homeschool parents are teaching their kids?
She's gonna say something about.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up.
I'm gonna mute Doug for a second.
No, he's fine. What was I gonna say?
Veronica Vaughn is an actress born in 1965. She's known Plumper Pass, Black Sperm Lovin' Cuckold, and Chubby Chicks Chocolate Dicks.
Oh my god, I want to see that last one.
I just typed in Veronica Vaughn porn.
What was
and
the
there's
last
like
one?
17 different porn stars named Veronica Vaughn.
Do you guys follow Jessica Vaughn?
And wait, who's Jessica Vaughn?
What was the last title?
She used to be a Playboy model, but she's like in the base Liberty community. She's on Twitter.
Oh, yes. Yes, I
Chubby
saw her.
Chicks,
She's
Chocolate
really
Dicks.
attractive.
That's
Yeah,
the
she's
best
super hot.
fucking name for a movie. Chubby Chicks, Chocolate Dicks. Put that, everybody watching right now, if I die before my brother Paul, I want this clipped. We're 2 hours and 1 minute, 35 seconds in. Chubby Chicks, Black Dicks. I want that etched on my tombstone as the best fucking joke that will live on. Paul, you heard it.
Oh
here.
yeah, Michael. They were dating for a while, but that's always fun because they probably broke up right after they made it public. Like just keep it private.
That Jessica Vaughn, that porn star Jessica Vaughn. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was. I don't know if she did like porn, but she did. She's a Playboy bunny and does all sorts, or was Playboy. So yeah, she's.
Paul and I
cool.
went to school with a girl who was a Playboy.
My favorite Michael Malice thing ever is when he was on Cash Cab. Like I love that his origin story begins with Cash Cab. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He was
saying cleaned up too.
Spend the money on hookers and blow. Or
was it on
YouTube?
YouTube?
So. Yeah. I've been
Oh,
Michael
that's
Malice,
good.
Cash Cab. Before he was famous for being a political pundit, he was on Cash Cab and he fucking crushed it.
I had no idea. I love Cash Cab. I love Ben Bailey though.
And Alice, I just want you to know your husband did chime in and he said, I know who you were talking about.
Of course he did.
I'll be damned. 8 minutes. He was in there. That's cool as fuck. Getting kicked out of Cash Cab with Michael. That's funny as shit. I like that. Save the playlist.
Yeah,
you guys keep going, or I feel.
I'm good to keep going. I'm
I'm
good to end. Yeah. Alice, I'm impressed with your lack of pee in it tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, I didn't go, but I got up a bunch of times because I'm antsy pants.
That's okay. You're the matriarch of the show.
I would have gotten a lot less if it wasn't for Grayson.
You know what?
I wouldn't have had to get up at all, but Grayson keeps Well,
That's okay. I love Grayson.
I do too. I'm very quite fond of him, actually.
And only one of them has been in your vagina?
Ooh, dude.
What?
No, nothing. I
It's a
guess
fact.
nothing.
That's a fact. I said between Doug and Grayson, only one's been in your vagina. And that's a fact.
I know.
You bet all you want. Hey, I'm 11
do.
beers deep. I could say shit like this.
Okay.
11. Damn. What kind of beer is it?
Bush Light. So, I mean, it's not that great. I would call that 6 like regular people beers.
Yeah, it's like 11 IPAs or something.
I don't get. Can somebody explain IPAs to me? Like, I get that they're like 8 point something ABV above, but like, what's the point? Like, everybody keeps telling me like, you drink Miller Lite, that you're gay. Like, I get shit on for drinking piss water, but I've drank IPAs, excuse me, and the only thing I can tell is that they're really highfalutin, shitty tasting, strong beers. Like, I don't appreciate the taste of any.
The only ones I like are like there's a grapefruit one I like, so it's a little fruity tasting. That's pretty much the only IPA I like.
Everyone,
but I don't know the actual science around it.
Oh, okay.
I
don't either. It
a lot more hops. Hold on, I'll Google it for everybody.
The flavor.
I've only had a handful. Pale Ale. Good.
I've only ever had a handful of IPAs, but everyone I've had has just been like the taste has been overpowering. And I don't like the taste of beer to begin with, but like Miller Lite, Bud Light, I can tolerate that. Like I guess that would be called like what, like a domestic Pilsner compared to like an IPA. I don't understand like the difference between any of them.
That's exactly what I say. Yeah, India Pale Ale is a hoppy beer style with a broader category of pale ale. So, I'm not going to explain ales to lagers to stouts, but it's the mid-range in the color scheme of beer. Like if you think golden beer, easy to take down, stouts are more harsher beer. IPAs would be in the middle, but however, they're really accentuating the hop flavor, so it makes them have a stronger taste. Beloved by hippies all over the world, and hipsters.
People like
hipsters. Yeah,
overpaying for just a basic buzz.
Yeah, and if you like hops, cool. I'll drink an IPA to get drunk. Realistically, my favorite beer is yellow. Like that's my favorite beer. I'll drink anything to get drunk.
I'm a big fan of this right here.
Whatever is the cheapest. Blue Moon, Nectar of the Gods here in the Wisconsin Upper Peninsula area.
It's funny because I never really gave a fuck about beer until you and I started doing podcasting and stuff like that. You
hated beer.
I fucking downright hated it. Vodka was when it came to booze. And then you realize
you get fucked up on liquor really quick. Yeah, I was gonna say liquor gets you drunk really quick.
But as we
beer all night and be functional, but you put liquor in me, I'm fucking gonna be blackout in no time.
Well, not just that, but as we've been doing the show, like I've actually like started to enjoy the flavor profile of beer. Like when you hear like Force Mommy and I talk about weed, like when I talk about like we'll talk about the word terpenes, like people will say terpenes, especially at dispensaries, like that's like the flavor profile.
Good job on the blocking, Mommy.
Weeds and shit like that. What happened?
Oh, Force Mommy got the sex sites that are coming in. Blocked.
We've got set sites coming in. What? That's a possibility on this. I had no idea.
Yeah, we have them too. I block them on our show. Force Mommy just beat me to the cause, though.
Well, like people try and post.
You're not drinking, are you? You're not drinking. You're only. Yeah, no. That's why.
She's just smoking.
Super quiet tonight. I don't like it when Force Mommy. I like it when she's loud.
I know. I should probably at least have one beer, and I'd probably talk more. But
you know what?
One beer is going to lead to 2 beers. 2 beers is going to
lead to 3.
I'll tell you what, if I'm being honest with you, I have one tall boy left in the fridge, and I will be happy to finish it if you want to have one beer. But if you don't, that's cool too. I'm not going to pressure you, but I'll keep going if people want to keep going.
We got a lot of people watching us right now.
I know. That's what I was just thinking too, Paul. Like it'd be stupid to stop.
I also have a ton of weed I bought today too, so I could go ahead and switch and just start eating edibles.
Way to cut her off again, Doug.
I'm sorry. God damn it.
Oh wow, our follower count just went up. No, I'm just kidding.
Did I break my headset?
God, I hope so, but no, you didn't.
You're an asshole, dude. And sometimes you say things that you can't take. But sometimes you say things that you can't.
All right,
take
I'll get one Corona.
I'll go get another beer. I'm gonna go pee. Actually,
we're gonna get her caught in the fun wheel.
You're welcome, Paul.
Yeah, thanks, Doug.
You goddamn right. Thanks, you piece of shit.
Go get a beer, Doug. Alice.
Well, I'll stay on, but I might be starting to fold laundry while we're on here. But
Please do so. I think that's going to be very therapeutic for all of us watching. I'm actually going to fucking be like, look at Alice. And then I'm going to judge you on the way you fold laundry. Because as any veteran will tell you, if there's any male veterans in chat, which Travis, looking at you, bro, looking at you, even though we don't like folding laundry, we judge other people how they fold laundry. And he's a
Listen.
Marine, so I guarantee he does.
Paul, listen. I come from a family that takes folding laundry very, very seriously. So seriously that Adam mentioned it in our vows at the OG wedding, and that when my dad passed away, I talked about how he taught me how to fold towels.
Alice, I'm going to be honest with you. I stopped listening to everything you were saying after the word come.
What?
I'm fucking with you. I heard the vow. That was there.
But yeah, so before my dad got sick, before my dad got sick, my dad did the laundry, not my mom. It was my dad. Because
Was your dad a veteran? I don't know this. Was your dad a veteran?
No, but it's my dad they had that like German blood. I don't know what it is, but they're now
It's called Aryan, the
my
supreme bloodline.
my whole side of my dad's family, a lot of them are like that. But my dad at least didn't take like being a perfectionist and being very neat to an extreme like some of my relatives did, and I'm very grateful for that. Like a lot of my relatives, I don't feel like they enjoy their homes because they're always so worried about how it looks, you know? And my dad wasn't like that. He was like, yes, your house should be clean. You should clean your house. Things should have a place. He was like, but your kids should be able to live in their home and be able to be kids.
No, I get that.
Not like me, where my mom would wake us up early Saturday mornings to wash and oil the baseboards and shit like that.
Yeah, like my dad made us work, but my aunt had a room that you weren't allowed to go in.
Right.
That's where they kept the memorabilia.
You know, I had a friend too. Her mom had a room that you weren't allowed to go in. We were only allowed to go in it when we were taking pictures for like a homecoming or something. Time you were allowed in there. But yeah, my dad thankfully didn't take it to that extreme, because I have heard like some of my cousins complain about their parents and just being like, it's too much. Like they care so much about how things look and material things, and it's too much.
So, I like to not have kids in this whole house, to be honest. Just kidding. I'm the aunt that won't let them in the house. No, just kidding.
I like to have.
I'm not gonna lie. My dog started destroying a pillow, and they stopped when I turned around and looked. They were like, "Oh shit, we're in trouble." And then like I vacuumed today, and I learned that I vacuum like every 4 or 5 days, which probably I need to do like every 2 with these fucking things. But I learned that I love my kids more when I'm not vacuuming. When I'm vacuuming, I hate my fucking kids.
Hey, Secret Asian man, not to be like stupid or ignorant, but like, do Asians celebrate Thanksgiving?
Mostly American.
That's Christmas, Paul, not Thanksgiving.
And he is a Secret Asian man's a veteran too. We found out.
Really? What branch?
I think
He's
Air
Corps.
Force. I'm not sure.
I was in the Guardian Angels.
That makes sense. He's
Exactly.
Asian. He's smarter than the rest of us.
Right.
Joins the Air Force.
Well, happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Real quick, St. Michael's. When I
ready.
made the German joke, he said this Reich's blood, lol. It reminds me. I found a new YouTube channel, and like I was going to talk about this on Saturday, but I'm remembering it now, so I want to say it. I found this new YouTube channel, and all he does is go through like famous TV shows, like obscure but famous too, like I'll give you the example is Man in the High Castle. And he does just synopsis where he just
love
shows
that
pictures.
show.
He just shows pictures from the show and reads the plot summary from the show. And like he does episodic. So like Man in the High Castle, the whole series had like 11 or 12 episodes. I
4
stayed
seasons.
up till 2:00 in the fucking morning watching his 11 episode of just him reading the narratives. Because I watched seasons 1 through 3, but I didn't watch the 4th, but whatever's beyond season 3.
4.
So
There's 4
I know
seasons.
how fucking Man in the High Tower ends because I watched this YouTuber who just made a channel. Like that's what I love about fucking YouTube, Rumble, and Odyssey is people can just create shit that like is so
That
random
is-
and dumb.
That is cool, but you also have to take into consideration too that like the gamble is like they could be somebody who knows exactly what they're talking about, or they could be somebody like me who's just giving you what they think they saw. Like this is what I remember what I just saw about Man in the High Castle. So
Well, what I'm saying is he
But
shows
you put
pictures.
it across as opinion. You're not like saying.
Yeah.
okay, I guess yeah. Some people. Well, that's the thing. Some people do different things on YouTube. That's
I'm just what I'm saying is like the creative time we live in. I think there's never been a better creative time. Like even from like Da Vinci or Michelangelo. Like I can literally stay up watching a dude who travels to like all the 80 movies I love, like filming sites, and like just shows you what they look like in 2022. You know what I mean? Like I just watched a guy like Back to the Future, like Stand By Me, and all he did was just travel to where those were filmed, like in small town rural America, and shows you what they look like now and how they're run down and overgrown. That shit just fucking amused me. I'm just saying creators are awesome.
Yeah. There's
Especially
so much
the
to
4
like.
creators that are in this room and the ones in chat.
It's just nice, like they take you get to see a little piece of something that you would never see otherwise. You know, they're like offering it up.
Yeah, and they're making a living at it because you look at the view count and they've got like 7 million views on these, and you're like, God damn it! I just bullshit with my brother on Saturday night and occasionally hang out with Force Mommy. Why didn't I think like, hey, get in the car and drive to a movie filming location and just start talking about it?
you do realize that when we went to Ohio, we were gonna go to like the place that Drew Carey drank at, and I didn't even think about Christmas Story House. Like there's 2 places we could have gone to and filmed content at.
Yeah, there's
Next
a lot
time.
of opportunities. You just gotta remember to do them, and then just do them. Like Hayden, I don't know if Hayden's still in the chat, but we keep talking about. I gotta get the equipment, but I just want to go do like interviewing people on this, like walking down the like downtown mall and stuff, like just and not be like confrontational.
Woman on the street, just like, hey,
Yeah,
what do you
just
think about this?
Just like just talk to people a bit. But Daniel Francisco, who does Blue Star Union in New Jersey, he's always helping fight gun shit out there. Hey Hayden. Hayden's my boy. Hayden went to Halloween with me. He was the priest and I was the nun. He filled the role that night.
Okay.
It was
I saw
sweet.
that picture.
Hayden's good fucking peoples.
Yeah, Hayden's
Follow him
good.
on
He gets
Twitter.
me out of the house. Yeah, Church of Petrol. But yeah, he does like he has really good conversations on the boardwalk out there. Like, and it's just like I like it too, because he's like, if you do it and you're not confrontational, you're just trying to talk to people. You're just trying to like just talk to them, which I'm really good at, like connecting with individuals and just talking to people as if they're individuals,
okay.
you know, and not like I don't know. Like I always am good at drawing out something individual about person, because I've always been like, look for something you like in someone, and guess what? Sometimes you won't find anything you like in some people, and that's fine. Just like move on, right? But if your like goal is always like look for something you like in someone, and then you can connect and you can talk and you can like, even if you disagree on shit, you can have like a conversation. You know, if you start with that like connection. Okay. Oh yeah, did we all vote in the poll? Everyone vote in the poll.
Oh, the bring everybody back.
Oh yeah. I was against it completely.
I voted. I liked. I retweeted. I wanted to comment. You motherfucker! This was my idea from day one. I don't care.
Yeah.
He brought FMU Universe 84 back, so fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
happy.
you did that.
Yeah, we've been trying for a while.
Did he though?
We filed multiple appeals.
Can you write one for my Desert Daddy account?
Let's get together one day. Just pencil it in. Let me know when you want to work together. Because I think, like I showed you the rough draft of the appeal. Like I cleaned up all the spelling errors. I added to it, and I was like, listen, like pleading the case, because I knew you're seeing everybody come back. When I saw Rekieta Law come back, and I knew for a fact Rekieta Law put his appeal in the day before, I was like, oh, they're making this a priority right now. This is a priority to actually look at appeals. That's when I filed the appeal for that one. I sent you, you approved of it. I sent it off, and we got it back the next day. So
yeah. Which Desert Daddy, Hayden? The Desert Daddy one, they never gave me an official reason, but they do have a case open because I reappeal it every day, and they're like, we're adding this to the case. We're adding this to the case. So it's not completely glitched out because that was the one I always had glitches with before where I would like kind of get locked out a lot. So
I haven't been involved. I haven't been involved
Oh,
with the Desert
FMU.
Daddy.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, he would say the FMU one. I think it got reported when I was talking shit on the 9 News people because I didn't even use it. Yeah, you tell.
They gave so FMU was the one I was not involved with Desert Daddy or Forest Mommy accounts. I've been involved with the FMU account, and we've appealed it. Would we appeal it 6 times? That sound right?
Ugly.
Ish.
But they gave you
Anyway,
3 reasons, right?
They gave us 3 reasons. Well, they gave us 4. This last one they gave us 4. The first. No, hold on. I'll fucking look it up. I've got it. The first initially they gave us 3 reasons, and then this last appeal we did last week when they denied it, they gave us 4 reasons. They added ban suspension to it. And when I filed the appeal, what I did is I took a lawyer approach because I thought like Nick Rekieta. I know I suck his dick. I'm a big Nick Rekieta stan.
At least you're getting like productive use out of listening to him.
For those who don't know, I went to my college that I failed and do not have a college degree. I'm only a high school graduate, but I have almost a college degree in criminal law. This was the first appeal I tackled where I'm like, okay, let's go through the terms of service violations. So for Forest Mommy and Desert Daddy, did they give you what you violated in the terms of service?
So the Forest Mommy one it never gave me the exact post or if it was the actual picture. It just says that there was sensitive or violent material in my profile. That's the only. So that's Forest Mommy. Desert Daddy, they never gave me a reason, but there is a case open.
So how many times have they sent you? Did they give you a denial of an appeal every time?
On the Forest Mommy one, yeah, the Forest Mommy one, I've gotten a lot of denials. But the Desert. Nothing.
They don't even give you denial?
No, it just says the case is open still.
Okay.
So.
All right, let's see. I love that when I open up the FMU email account, it's literally just fucking Twitter support and going back and forth with them.
Oh, that's nice, Michael. St. Michael. There's I used to work with with the land trust. I did land conservation, and we had a bunch of like older ex-biologists on the board and stuff, and they were interesting to talk to. And you know what was really cool about them is they only went to 4 years of school, and then they got these bomb-ass biology jobs where nowadays like people got to go a lot more often to get a cool job.
And with this comment you got up, reinstate all accounts except for those who violate U.S. law. And I don't give a shit about German law. I don't give a shit about Austrian law. Bring all the accounts back who do not violate U.S. law. That's how Twitter should be ran. U.S. law should be the fucking terms of service for fucking Twitter. All right, so here's the last one. Every appeal we filed, which is about 6, I think, ish, we've gotten the reasons for the violations of terms of service are creating serial or multiple accounts
Stoners with us?
with overlapping uses, evading. Okay, that was added later. I'll say that one last. Cross-posting tweets across or links across multiple accounts, and then aggressive following, particularly when using automated means to do following. And then the last one, on this last appeal, we got this added to it. Evading a permanent suspension or ban, which I figured would have been the only reason we would have got it, period.
Right. Those are what the other ones got. Forest Group, Colorado got that one.
So once they gave me that and I filed this last appeal, which would have been number 7, I went through the terms of service for every violation they gave me. And in the appeal, I gave a response to every single one. Like, hey, this is bullshit. Let me tell you why this is bullshit. But I worded it better than this is bullshit. Let me tell you why it's bullshit. This is bullshit. And then for the permanent ban evasion one, I was like, this account is used by every employee of the Forest Mommy universe to promote all of our podcasts and businesses. Please give this back. And literally less than 24 hours later, I was deer hunting. And I eventually got to a point where I had service, and I got a text message. I got bing, 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 and my dad goes, "What the fuck? Are you talking to some sweet piece of pussy?" That's how my dad talks, by the way. And I looked down, and it said
true.
Jess, and I'm like, "Yeah, actually." I opened it up, and she's like, "Oh my god, oh my god. I think FMU Universe is good. I'm gonna try right now." Oh my god! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. And I was just like, I tried to fire off a text. I don't even know if you got it or not.
I got it.
But
They were hitting. I didn't want to bug again. It was like, oh, it felt like heroin. What I assume heroin in your veins feels like when I was
like
making
you went
some
years
posts
without
there.
heroin, and then you just fucking
I
shot
had
it.
been able to post for like basically 4 months like that, and I was just like,
It
it felt so good. Felt so good.
Sounds like heroin to me. Opiates in general,
St.
truly
Michael.
are. Oof. I've had
Right. Yeah, those would be
less. I've had less orgasms that were as good as some of the highs I've had with opiates.
I'm
That's a
assuming-
sad truth.
I'm assuming the Desert Daddy is just permanent band evasion. That's what I'm assuming is the only thing they got you for there.
But they didn't catch me for like months and months later, if it is that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And when I got the email back from Twitter on the FMU that they've reinstated me, they actually, and I sent it to you, they wrote a really good explanation. The only reason they banned us is because they thought we were a bot account. And then they said, after further review, we've decided that you're not a bot account.
We were. I wasn't even using it.
Yeah, well, I think, and I'm glad I hit that one hard, the aggressive following, because that seemed like why they banned you. And I'm like, what is aggressive following? In your terms of service, there is nothing that says aggressive following. It doesn't say how many people you follow in a day. It doesn't say how fast you have to accumulate those followers. Like, what does this mean?
And we weren't even
Explain it to
following
me.
anyone. It was so like, or I wasn't even posting on it. It was so stupid.
Yeah. And just so everybody knows, I do have access to the FMU 84 account. Quit sending dick pics. No, I'm just kidding. I don't look at the messages at all.
Because I'm getting tired of jerking off to them.
Doug, me and you are completely different, even though DNA-wise we're the exact same person.
That was funny.
Keep telling that to the audience.
St. Michael, this is just silly, but St. Michael about that land trust. I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before, but they discriminated against me, first of all, with the vaccine to go to a meeting with some shit I volunteered with.
You're right back.
And then they were bringing in all this ESG shit they're like, oh, we need to find diverse people for the board and shit. And I'm like, the forced diversity and then all this, the climate, and then they're getting in the climate shit. And it was like, it's going down fast, but that's like a 501(c)(3) semi-governmental thing. So of course they're doing that shit. And that was the guy who wouldn't apologize to me. He wouldn't apologize to me. Like, don't treat me like I'm ugly. Like, apologize to me. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You're so beautiful.
God, thanks.
Did
you ever watch 30 Rock?
Yes, I love 30 Rock.
You know the girl, like the blonde admin kind of girl, the hot girl. There's one point, there's this one clip where she's like, someone says something kind of mean to her, and then she just goes, "Did he talk to me like I'm ugly?" It's so funny. Fucking love it.
That show's so good.
Hey, I want to talk about 30 Rock real quick because I have not watched it, and I'm not a fan. I'm coming back. Sorry, my dick was in my hands there for the first part. All right.
I didn't eat the steak post or stoner. I didn't even eat it yet, but I did get a beer. Sorry, go on.
30 Rock, I never got into it, and which is weird because, with the exception of Alec Baldwin, I should love everything about 30 Rock. I like everybody who's
his character's good on 30 Rock. I think.
Really,
I don't like the fucker, but
I'm not talking about how I think about him personally. I love Alec Baldwin as an actor, but like in recent times, my personal opinion. But when 30 Rock was airing, I had no issues with Alec Baldwin whatsoever.
Right.
And it reminds me, did anybody catch Quentin Tarantino on Two Bears, One Cave this week?
I did.
Quentin Tarantino was talking about Marvel movies, and it really fucking hit home with me. And he was like, Marvel movies, something to the effect of Marvel movies aren't you go to see like the actor playing the character. You're going to see Thor. You're going to see Hulk. You're going to see this. And I think that started with 30 Rock. because as you guys were talking about it, I'm like, 30 Rock's a prime example of what Quentin Tarantino was talking about. I love every actor that's in 30 Rock, but I didn't feel like I was watching, fucking Tina Fey, or I was watching Alec Baldwin, or like Tracy Morgan. I felt like I was watching like people I really just didn't care about perform a show. And I understand 30 Rock is beloved by a lot. I didn't like it, but that really struck home with me, and I just tied it into the Quentin Tarantino thing. Continue. I'm sorry. I went off on a tangent like Doug.
What
and I
show
apologize.
was he on? Did you call it Two Bears?
Two Bears, One Cave with Tom Segura.
Oh, and his wife, or one of the ones on that network. Their network.
Bert Kreischer.
And yeah.
I don't think you needed to say. Sorry, I went off on a tangent like Doug. I don't think you needed to add that. Oh, they didn't add context.
I didn't even hear him say that. I didn't even hear him
Oh,
say
I
that.
fucking heard it. It's
but now
burning right now in my
everybody did.
fucking eardrums.
But now everybody did.
Saturday nights, this piece of shit me do a show, guys. Come and join us. You'll see exactly this for fucking 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Everybody go follow them.
Links in the description below. We're only on Rumble and Odyssey. If you go to our YouTube page, you're going to get clips like every 5 weeks.
I have a feeling that you guys might get copyright struck on this episode tonight that we were doing, because we played some stuff that's the Billy Madison thing that might get copyright struck for Happy.
Well, here
Madison.
I could tell you if we got copyright struck already.
I can't believe I remember that. I am pretty fucked up right now, man.
We were talking over it though, so I'm hoping. But you're right, we might have gotten copyright.
It hit me as you started playing. I'm like, ooh.
We're still live, so we didn't get hard striked, so that's good.
It's been a while since I've been on YouTube, so I don't know what the rules are anymore.
Dude, can I just say how freeing it is being off YouTube?
No.
Like if we were monetized, we would totally still.
I hope you get home safe, Secret Asian Man. Enjoy your first
Be
class.
safe,
I hope
brother.
you are comfortable sleeping your 3 bourbons off. Have a good time.
Domo arigato. Happy Thanksgiving.
He's Chinese.
I'm Asian. I know. I'm an idiot.
It's all the same, right?
I'm a dumb white guy. Like when I hear black people say, like, you white people all the same, I'm like, hey man, like it's a
I mean, look at
all of us.
5 bald white men on like a day for me. You don't all look the same though.
We're all stereotypes in some group of people. We are all stereotypes to somebody. That's the way humanity is.
We didn't get copyright struck, but we got demonetized already. And I do find it entertaining that like everything's been getting demonetized like in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Like Scissor Me Timbers used to never get demonetized. Now that's getting demonetized pretty hard.
It's whatever. It is whatever.
Yeah, the only thing that hasn't gotten demonetized in the last 4 weeks is your Sean Bradley.
Oh, talking about January 6th. That's funny.
That didn't get demonetized. That's still monetized.
Is demonetized on YouTube meaning like you don't get that just that one episode?
They're still running ads, but you won't. They're still running ads, but you won't get any of the ad money.
How the fuck can they legally do that off of your content?
Terms of service. You pressed accept, brah.
They're the middleman between getting your content out there. They got to take their cut.
I don't know which Heisenbaum or Heisenberg or which Schwartz runs YouTube. But fuck YouTube. Get on Rumble and Odyssey and get away from.
It's Susan. What was it?
Weisenberg? I thought it was a Zhitsky. It's very similar. She's
Wojcicki.
Hungarian. Goddamn
Michael,
Eastern blockers.
I love that this is what everyone. This is my people here, y'all.
It's true. Koreans are the easiest ones to tell apart. And I only know that because when Paul and I moved to Florida when we were kids, like the school we went to had a Korean gang. Like I can't even think of the name now off the top of my head, but I remember there was a Korean gang on top of Lords of Chaos. I remember being told like I had to fear. I remember white kids in our school when we first moved to Florida telling me I had to fear certain groups of kids based on their race because of the gang affiliations. Like that is some wild shit to be hit with when you're 16 and you come from like white country USA. I don't know why I brought that up. Sorry, guys. I'm having a good time with everybody, but
Hans Kim is Korean.
He's funny as shit. Hans Kim is very funny.
I've been binge watching that like crazy, and it's just like, I just put it in my. I love the whole thing, obviously, but then like, just the way Tony talks to people and how quick he is and how hard he roasts them. It's just, and he keeps it going. Like it'll be a total awkward situation, but he can make it funny and be totally making fun of them and just like moving it along. You know what I mean? Some people are fucking nuts.
I love the show.
Pull out
What?
the steak.
Oh, pull the steak out. Stoner's with
I
us.
do need to go get the steak. Sorry.
Go get the steak, baby. Go
Oh
get
yeah,
your cut
of course Hayden, because he's on all the fucking. I love it. Like he's a crazy nut, and it's hilarious.
Oh, William Montgomery from Kilto. He's the redhead, right?
Oh, William Montgomery's great.
Yeah.
My
He's
dad
fucking
lives in a trailer in
hilarious.
Tucson, Arizona.
But just when he starts, yeah, I bet, say Michael. He's Tony Hinchcliffe is exactly a month younger than me.
It's
So
funny
we're both
because, like,
1984 babies.
Secret
Tony,
Agent Man, we apologize for our love of Kill Tony and Tony Hinchcliffe.
I don't. Kill Tony's
No,
a great movie.
that's so
number
funny,
one.
and I love how he talks
I'm
about
joking.
it. Yeah, it's
I'm
hilarious,
joking.
and they're like,
I
you
know.
can't get canceled on that shit because he made something like his own thing, and the one place canceled him. And I love when they talk about it. Sometimes, like, it's just so funny to be able to, like, fuck you. I'm gonna fucking like call you out and call you stupid and.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Tony Hinchcliffe follower, but I know this about him, and I appreciate and respect him. He's a big professional wrestling fan, and I know that if we ever met, me and him could kill beers and talk. He's like me. He's a fan of the history of pro wrestling.
You might try.
So I
And
know
bore
I
you
could
with
kill
the
beers.
conversation. I like Kill Tony as the show. I fucking love. I love the content. I love the idea behind it. Tony Hinchcliffe, I think, is good for comedy, but that said, personally, I don't care for his stand-up, and I don't think a lot of people
I would either.
I don't think a lot of people do, because if this is any inclination, he's had two. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. For sure, I know he's had one special with Netflix. When Netflix became a big streaming service, when Tom Segura's first special came out, they released a Tony Hinchcliffe's comedy special called One Shot. It was on Netflix for maybe a year. You can't find that show, that special anywhere. And it was one of the most, I'm not shitting on it, but it really was an unfunny special. And I think
because
he did
he's
one.
so funny at what he does. It's like
Correct
hard to it's like.
Yeah, he's better off the cuff than he is written material, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I could
And
totally
Big
see
J's
that.
like that. Like, actually, that's not true. Big J's written material is really good, but he is one of those people. He's another person like Tony, who's like off the cuff, is just so quick witted and so funny to listen
And the
to.
show is
All
like.
right. Go ahead.
The show is like basically like crowd work on steroids by bringing people up. You know what I mean? And like, I
love
how he
crowd
does
work
it.
too. I love
Yeah.
anybody who's good at, like, Andrew Schultz. That's
Dave
one of the
Attell.
reasons. Like, I'm a big Andrew
Mhm.
Schultz fan. He's so killer at crowd work. So real
Dave
quick,
Attell's
round
my
robin,
hero.
starting with Doug. Doug,
Yeah.
favorite living practicing stand-up comedian right now?
Right now, it's a toss-up between Shane Gillis and Doug Stanhope. Those are my two living favorite comedians.
Okay.
And Joey
Alice?
and Joey Diaz.
Okay, Alice. You're muted, by the way. I know you're thinking, but you're muted too.
Sorry. Dan, that's hard because I really like stand-up comedy. Like, I used to go to comedy shows all the time.
Oh, Hayden, I love
I'm not
Hayden.
sure. Like, I mean, I enjoy Dave Chappelle, but I wouldn't even want to say that he's my favorite.
He's
The most
good.
recent comedy show I went to was the Hodge Twins, and you know what? They are like, they're funny, but their show, they didn't talk about politics. They like talked about their lives and shit. Oh my
and that's
god!
the problem. They can't venture out of that politics game. They're just in that narrow window.
That's
but
their
they're still
niche.
funny.
They didn't talk about politics. They like talked about their lives, and it was so funny, dude. Like, there were so many times during that show that I was just like this, just like laughing hysterically. And yeah, politics never got brought up until they did like they let the audience ask some questions, and that was the only time politics. Every person asked them about politics.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's their niche. Again, that's how they draw their crowd, and you got to respect that.
Yeah, I mean that's how they drew their crowd. But I thought it was cool that like their show just wasn't this whole thing about politics, so you could see like how their range goes. You know what I mean? Like, so it was cool to see them like that, and they were really cool guys. We got to hang out with them a little. Like, we did the like meet and greet with them. and then they came out and hung out at the bar. They were really nice. And you know what they told me? I don't remember which one it was.
We would double team you. We would we would double team you. If you were
I like how you laugh at your own joke before you can get the joke out.
I'm not gonna lie. Some dirty turkey talk did happen. I mean, dude, they're fucking hot. And my husband hit on Candace Owens, so
I would too. Candace is gorgeous.
Yeah, and she smells amazing. Like she smells really good.
I imagine
looks
cocoa
like she
butter
would.
and vanilla fields, a combination of the two.
I don't know.
I like St. Michael. St. Michael.
I bet that was good, St. Michael. I watched it on the live stream, but I wasn't there, obviously.
I didn't see the part of the problem, but I don't know if you guys watched Tim Dillon, Louis J. Gomez, and Nick Mullen at Skankfest this like a month or two ago did a brand new Baster Radio, it's on YouTube for free. It's like an hour long. It's so good. Tim Dillon is really fucking good.
Tim Dillon's good. Forrest Mommy, favorite
Oh,
comedian.
Sam Tripoli. I love Sam Tripoli. Sorry.
Living,
and
practicing comedian.
Sam Tripoli was on Hotep Jesus today. It was really good.
Sam Tripoli has a show on Odyssey. He has a show.
He has
on
like
Odyssey
a million
Rumble.
shows.
He's got a million. Sam Tripoli's best show that he ever did, and it's funny because I have actually met Sam Tripoli when I lived in Florida. He had a podcast with another comedian at the time called Steve Randolph. And the podcast was called International Bad Boys, or the International Bad Boy Hour. And it was a great podcast that lasted like 20 or 30 episodes. And you got to actually listen to the ending of it because they got into a fight during the podcast. His work ethic
is crazy, Michael.
Steve Randolph used to work with Jackass in the early days of Jackass when they were just a show on MTV. And that's why that show made a lot of sense. But Sam Tripoli has a great show called Tinfoil Hat Podcast. He is one of the most fascinating people I've ever listened to. Not just comedy, but like to listen to him talk his ideas. He's an Armenian comedian I would recommend to anybody. And real quick, before I forget, St. Michael said something in the chat earlier about Attell. I also saw Attell live. I actually got to see Mitch Hedberg open for Dave Attell and Lewis Black. So fist bump, bro. Sorry.
All right. Forrest Mommy, favorite living practicing comedian.
I would probably say like Shane Gillis is definitely up there. Joey Diaz as well. Who's been really getting me lately? I won't say like Tony Hinchcliffe, but I'm just like loving Tony Hinchcliffe and all of the characters from Kill Tony right now, just because I've been like fucking getting stoned and watching that for hours on end. So.
It's such a great way to kill time. It really is such a great way to kill fucking time.
So good.
Can I recommend something too for us, Mommy? If you haven't already heard it or listened to it when you have time to kill, have you ever listened to Dan Soder and Big J on The Bonfire?
Mm-mm.
Like you can get them on YouTube. There's tons of clips on YouTube and shit like that you and Odyssey that you could pull up. It's funny, we were talking about documentaries earlier, and I just watched for the first time ever Behind the Curve about the Flat Earth, that Flat Earth documentary. I've heard, I knew what it was. I never actually seen it. I just saw it, and then after seeing it, I listened to The Bonfire. Big J Okerson and Dan Soder did like a companion comedy.
I love Norman.
Mark Norman. Mark Norman is so great. He's so great, dude. Was it Shane when they were on Joe Rogan and Shane Gillis? He's like, I was just out to dinner with this asshole like the night before, and some lady's like, hey, let me reach over and grab that drink for me. He's like, Reacher, Jack Reacher. He's like, he can't stop that word association. He just can't stop doing it. I love Mark Norman. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop talking. Like I get on tangents and I over talk. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I'm done.
So, Forrest Mommy, you continuing? What you were saying?
Who else would I say? No, that was enough. I said a couple, I think. So that was
all right.
I do love a lot of people don't like this girl. She's older. I don't think she's done anything new. Hey, Hockett.
Now I'm interested. Who?
Her name is Angela Johnson, and she's just
family.
It was family friendly. It was like very like
she's really funny.
She was just cute and like it was funny and yeah, I like her. So.
She's been on this show a lot.
And I also just a huge shout out to obviously Robbie the Fire, great comedian, and then Kyle Ruff, who's out here. He's a great comedian.
You say Kyle Rittenhouse.
No, Kyle Ruff. He's a real person. He's out here.
Gave me a lot of laughs.
That was entertaining. You can't deny that whole thing was entertaining.
You actually know Robbie the Fire Bernstein though too. Like you actually hosted him at the FMU headquarters.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I want you to know,
he's a
after you
fan.
told me that he watched our synopsis of that election night stream, I legitimately felt bad. I'm like, God, I wish I would have made that
Don't feel
trucker
bad.
comment.
If you're a comedian, you have to get fit. You can't like get upset, or like anyone that's in the public, like you have to learn just like whatever. And you were being mean, like
I'll tell you what, I would really like to have Robbie on a Saturday stream. I think he would fit in right along with the Sib
I'll
Rev
ask
crowd.
him for you.
Yeah, do it. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Forrest Mom is going to be the booker for the Sib Rev stream. That's the ultimate goal.
I want to. Do you want to know what honestly my dream is? You take. All I have to do is just fucking show up, but I'll help.
That's
people
mine.
Too, but like everyone else gets everything set up, blah blah blah, and then I just show up and sit down and I remember saying, Michael, you did it. That's all right. I was so mad because when I did Porch Tour, we didn't get a good picture together, but there's a couple pictures of us together where I'm just like so fucked up looking.
You were stoned on the Porch Tour.
We smoked so much weed. My poor parents. Oof. Anyways.
Poor parents. Lucky parents.
No, it was the first time they were ever around weed, and it was ridiculous. There was 4-foot bongs and just like
good. Sounds like a good time. Sounds
yeah,
like
it was
they finally
great.
opened up.
They handled it. It was good.
They can surprise you. I still have this hope that my dad will want to fucking do weed with me one day. I almost got him to do it.
I think he wants to. I think he's close. But I don't think he'll ever do it with like you or his kids or in general.
It bothers me so much. Like when I turned 21, all I wanted to do was have a beer with him, and he wouldn't have a beer with me. It wasn't until I was like 26, 27 that Dad drank a beer with me.
I've drank many beers with my father, and I'll tell you what, that's when I like my father the most. When me and him are drinking beers together, when he gets a few in him and he reverts back to, oh, that's right, I'm not programmed by what I fucking watch on CNN. Like, that's when he's a good fucking time. And actually, one of the best memories of my life are me and him going hunting, and my dad is notorious for thinking he knows everything and his kids know nothing. And when he fucks up a situation and it's like one of his sons are like, hey, Dad, you do better this way. Anyway, we got stuck in the woods and we had to walk. There was a country bar, and it's literally a country bar. Like, it's a bar and then there's nothing around for 20-mile radius. And me and him got stuck in the woods. We walked to this bar. It took us like 5 miles walk. And then we called my mom and like, where are you guys at? We're like, we're at this country bar. She's like, do you know how far that is out of the way? We're like, yeah, we know. Come pick us up, lady. And we sat there and got tanked waiting for my mom to show up to get the truck fucking yanked out. Anyway, best time. My favorite comedian, hands down, bar none, living, practicing, Shane Gillis. My fucking dream would be fucking to have Shane Gillis on our show, or at least to meet Shane Gillis and talk to him. For exactly what Alice said about the Hodge twins is the reason I love Shane Gillis. He doesn't have a niche. He can literally talk about anything, and you never know where he stands. Politically, like, you're like, I think he's conservative, but you're not 100% sure.
Middle.
Yeah, he's in the middle. He's a normal, average, every fucking day dude. And he can turn anything into comedy, and the one thing I'm jealous about is he's got a Fox News dad. I think I'd be, oh, God damn it, girl. You're getting everybody hard around here.
Just made my balls tingle.
My honorable mentions are Joey Coco Diaz and Dave Chappelle, obviously. Cocksucker.
That porch tour was the first time I like drank with my dad too. He was like, yeah, I'll have a little fireball to loosen up. And I was like, really? So then me and then like one of my really good girlfriends who knows my dad, she was there. So we were like doing fireball shots. It was hilarious.
That sounds like fun.
It was pretty. It turned out. It is what it was.
I think a year or two ago when our dad was out hunting or putting his post up, he fell in the woods. I remember this. I just don't know if it was a year or 2 years ago, but he fell in the woods when he was putting his hunting post up. And he fell into like a tree branch or a log, and it like punctured his ass. I went over to his house. He's like, I got to show you this. And he pulled his fucking pants down in front of me, and his whole entire right side of his ass was all purple and yellow. And I'm like, I didn't need to see this shit. But he was in so much pain. And I said, Dad, they live on the border of Michigan. My parents live in Wisconsin, and they literally live like a 5-minute drive, not even 5-minute drive across a bridge to where they could get legal marijuana. But our mom's a little bit more open-minded, but our dad's a little bit of a square. I get it. It's the world he was raised in. Fear is a big motherfucker when it's been beaten to your head. And when he fell on that log, I had an RSO dart from Canalicious Labs in Michigan. RSO dart, Rick Simpson oil. It's Rick Simpson is a man who figured out that when you take the bud of marijuana and heat it up and extract the oil from it, you get all of the medicinal benefits, not just the THC that gets you high, but you get all the CBD, the CGN, all that CBG, whatever. There's so many different fucking elements in that. I brought that dart to my dad when he fell through that, and I said, all you need is just a rice-sized drop. Put it on like a cracker, put it on a piece of pickled herring, put it on something you like to eat. You just need a little tiny rice-sized drop. I said, well, it's not going to fuck you up. It's not going to make you paranoid. It's going to put you to sleep. It's going to alleviate your pain. Mom told me like a week after I gave him that, she's like, I ended up doing it because he was scared to do it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like this dude, I don't know why I got on that. I'm sorry. I am really fucked up right now. Where are we? How did we get on this? Shut up, Alice.
Wait a minute. Wait. Real quick. What was the guy's name?
Who?
That you were talking about? You just said
Rick Simpson oil. RSO.
Simpson?
They call it RSO. Rick Simpson. Not Samson Simpson, stupid. I want to talk. I just watched that like 3 days. That's so funny that you play that. That movie holds up, by the way. Half Baked. If nobody hasn't seen it in a while, it's on HBO Max. So funny.
I'm trying to produce shit for us, mommy. I'm trying. Producers produce.
You do it better than anyone ever would. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
Jamie at JRE's got me beat.
Blow his ego up.
Jamie at JRE's got me beat.
I'm talking about for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
I think you're a great producer.
He's my brother. I just like shitting on him. We shit on each other. That's how him and I love each other. But like anytime somebody praises him, like, give me. When Paul and I started doing podcasting at the beginning of the pandemic with another show we were doing, like it was funny because anytime somebody would find out, like a guest on the show would find out that Paul was like a veteran, they'd be like, "Thank you for your service." I'm like, "Stop that shit!" I'm like, "This motherfucker gets free healthcare for the rest of his fucking life." But yeah, now it's pretty cool that like he's he's wheeling and dealing with everybody in the Force Mom. I'm sorry. I'm so fucked up, dude. I do have one more tall boy, but I'm afraid if I fucking drink that, I'm going to vomit everywhere. And I don't want to fuck up the Force Mommy.
Do it on screen. Just do it on screen.
No, I would never do that.
I'm on beer 13, so I got 17 beers left.
You've had 13 beers so far tonight?
Yeah, this is 13.
Dude,
13.
Fucking fist bump, bro.
This is average, dude. This is like
you're gonna leave me hanging.
I'm gonna leave me hanging. There you go. There you go.
You
there
piece
you
of
go. There you go.
My knuckles are whiter than yours.
Well, that's because I have 2 lights. You only have 1.
There's a Marilyn Manson song called "White Knuckles" from his early days. That's what just made me laugh. No, what's
your light
yeah,
setup like? You just have an overhead light? You have an overhead light, or you got lights beating down?
You want to? Well, there is one up, which is I need to do better. But right now, here I'll show you.
I'm jealous of Alice and Adam. Lights. I want to go to Force Mommy's house. I want to see that. Oh, look at the flag.
Could you see stuff? Could you see the lights I have up?
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure.
Is that? Wait, go back to the left or where you first came. I saw a scarf hanging. Is it a scarf?
Oh my God! You saw a scarf.
No, I'm just that right there.
I just saw
the blue.
That's all my clothes. That's a blazer.
The blue and the orange. I love
that's like
that.
a shirt.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I love shit like that. Like I like patterns and colors and stuff. It makes me happy.
Is there a rifle to your right leaning against the door? You don't have to show me. Is there a rifle leaning? Yeah, I thought I saw a rifle.
There's a
Is that a lever action?
There's not a rifle in here. I'm
really?
joking. Yeah.
First shot. Like a rifle. Stop sucking my brother's dick.
I mean, I do have one in here, but just kidding. I don't. I have there's also it's an accessory closet, so
Bless you.
I do get autistic.
You're
Michael,
welcome.
a lot. What white power symbol?
First off, you can suck my dick whenever you want.
Okay.
Next thing, St. Michael. Thank you for paying taxes.
Where's St. Michael at? Where's this on the chat? I'm looking at the screen. Oh, I thought you were pulling a stat.
What part got
He wrote-
autistic? Doug or
I think me. Clearly me. I am autistic as fuck, dude. Are you kidding me?
I am not autistic at all.
That's
Talk about me.
2022. We're all on the spectrum.
No, I
When they
refuse
broadened-
to
when
be
they
on the
broadened it-
spectrum. I refuse. I am
We're
not on the
all
spectrum.
on the spectrum now.
No, yeah, because we're
I
all
wanna be.
individuals who have little quirks and whatever. We're all individuals. We're not fucking.
Force mommy, I want to be on the spectrum. I need a cause to attach my ideology to.
I learned that I flick the bean better than any man alive, so that means I'm on the spectrum. That's a quirk. I get it.
wish I knew.
It is my thing. I get it.
Why wouldn't
That's
you
what
take
I've-
credit for it that just say I'm awesome and I do it good? Why would you give it autism the credit?
Because this is a victim status, and I want to be a victim.
Do you know what I wish we had right now?
I love like that. I legitimately listen to this victim status in like protected classes, and I am a federally protected class. I am the same as a black person or a Jew. Combat veteran, baby. Combat
somebody
veteran.
Somebody put Kamikaze's last comment up on the screen. That is funny as shit.
Yeah.
Getting food that.
It's true. He's not wrong.
Sure. Not wrong.
Do you know what I wish we had? Speaking of food right now, is messed up as them. I wish we had a Long John Silver somewhere in the area. I could go for just a basket of crumbles, fried crumbles. Oh,
We didn't eat there. We ate at Arthur's Treachers. Have you guys ever heard of that? Arthur's Treachers? Yeah. They had like it was like triangle shaped fish.
Yep.
You know? But the crust around it, or not the crust, you know what I'm talking about.
The batter.
Yeah, oh my god, it was so good. I could have just sat there and ate that. Oh, it was so good. And then they had the waffle fries and stuff, and then like regular, like the thick fry. Yeah.
First Shot says this to his wife all the time. Nothing's his fault. It's not my fault, honey. I'm just kidding.
First, can you settle dispute? Is the reason you didn't come on last Saturday your wife's fault? Unless she's watching, then we
Good
know
job,
it's not her
St.
fault.
Michael. I try not to pay my taxes, but Mr. Force Mommy makes me. So I'm like, well, then I will just not make any money. So there you go. Deal with it.
Speaking of, can we talk about San Francisco paying trannies? I mean,
What? Yeah, I saw
transvestites.
that.
Transvestites.
So yeah, I saw that.
The city of San Francisco just passed a law. They're doing universal basic income for transvestites. And the application for it lets you select a gender. They have 92 listed genders you could select from on the application. And one of them is faggot. So you can't nail me, Susan. You can't demonetize. Well, you can't
We
demonetize
can say
because of that.
faggot.
We can
I
say
love
faggot,
faggot.
because
I
it
love
is on a
faggot.
government form as a gender identity.
Let me tell you something. As somebody who's had dicks in their mouths, you're not going to tell me I can't say the word faggot if I want to say the word fucking faggot. I identify as a fucking faggot.
I
Suck
give
my
everyone
dick.
permission. That's what his excuse is.
And as a guy who had dicks in his brother's mouth, I too can say faggot.
Well. Now, when you say it, it sounds like you're trying to be funny. And
Thank you for your
it's kind of
service, Doug. Thank you for your service.
Hey, likewise. Unlike you, I don't get free fucking healthcare for the rest of my life. I just get diseases.
You gotta
that I
suck
gotta
more
get
dicks,
tested
bro.
every
That's
couple months.
that's obviously the answer to this.
Oh, my Normandy is just a beach full of dicks, man.
That old Louis C.K. joke. You ever tell somebody to suck a bag of dicks? What does that mean? Like, how do you do it?
What's a
How do you know when you're done?
A bag of Oh, this is a fun night, man. We've had a lot of fun.
30 fucking turkeys, man.
Oh, please.
Alice, don't
Have you
act.
ever had a
Don't
bag of
ever
dicks
act
on
like
your
you never
face?
had a dick in your mouth.
Well,
I mean,
of
I
course-
haven't. I legitimately think I'm the only person on the stream who's never had a dick in their mouth.
Just not the one that's not
Probably,
willing
huh?
to admit you have.
No, if I had a dick in my mouth, I admit it. I've made out with dudes. I've tongued the shit out of dudes.
I actually like jerking dudes off. I kind
Never
of find it
jerked a
like
dude off.
it's like a video game. It's like a challenge almost. Because I know what I like, but not everybody is the same. You know what I mean?
All this 1 degree from a dick in his mouth. What a great comment, Adam. What a great comment.
That's true.
I'm literally 1 degree in every
Man,
direction right now.
We need Kevin Bacon to be a guest on our show. We can do 6 degrees of separation with dicks in our mouths.
All right. I just discovered there are people that are walking in
St.
America that don't like Tremors. Can I just get a consensus?
What? Wait,
Does everybody
wait,
here
what
like the
was
movie Tremors? One, not like Tremors 13 or how many
Wait a minute.
sequels.
Are you telling
There's
me
people on this world that don't like Tremors?
for real?
Yeah.
Who the fuck
So
doesn't like
does
the
everybody
first Tremors?
here
That's a great movie.
in chat participate? Yeah, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Drop it in chat.
I'm Dave. I don't know. I'm Dave. I'm just here along for the ride tonight.
Armed?
Hey,
I'm
Armed?
sorry.
I don't know what's
Force
going on
Mommy, I
right
didn't
now,
mean
but the
to
one thing I do know, it's high quality. Zurich, we need to have you on Saturday. I'm glad you're here.
One thing I
'Cause
do
keep
know is
fucking
high
forgetting to mention-
quality.
This is high quality. This right here, right now, is high quality. But that's all over once you go up Troy's stupid bucket.
Goonies forever. Goonies never say die. Forrest Mommy, I'm sorry if I've ruined your stream.
It's all good.
1 for yes.
I
saw
went
no
in with
twos.
with
Proud of you,
low
Chad.
expectations. What?
Oh my god.
Everybody's saying they like Tremors. Does everybody here like Tremors?
I love that movie. That first movie with Fred
Forrest
Ward
Mommy Alice?
and Kevin Bacon.
Oh,
It's great.
yeah,
dude.
I like Tremors. It's entertaining, especially because it was like the time it was made, and you know.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It was just one of those movies, man. Like I don't know, you just love it. I watched it like last year around this time.
Who is for
a lot
Thanksgiving
more and shit this time of year.
in this room, in this chat as well? For Thanksgiving, who here watches Planes, Trains, and Automobiles as a regular Thanksgiving holiday classic? No, nobody.
No.
Okay.
I do, obviously.
And football.
Football. Oh yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
Yeah, but tomorrow we'll be on the road and then going to the
movie
probably in the evening because it's going to be like specially lit up for this time of year, and then I'll be at a pool. So
I miss being.
Night.
I miss being a kid. All of us that are in this room right now, like the age group that we're all from. Like I miss the era of like when Thanksgiving and Christmas would come around, and even Easter to a degree. Like you get the Macy Thanksgiving Day parades and all the cool cartoon characters and all the cartoon specials and all the TGIF specials, like the Full House Thanksgiving special. I miss those days. Like
this might be an unpopular opinion. Don't like the Macy's Day Parade. Never have.
Nobody gives a fuck about your opinion. You're off camera. Shut the fuck up. We're talking. Adults are talking, dude.
Dick is in hand, by the way.
Oh God.
Good,
Travis. So your index finger and your thumb, then, right? Sorry.
No, my dad taught me right. Never two finger anything. Grip it like a man or don't.
Hey, congrats, Travis. I just heard you, Forrest Mommy. I'm sorry. Good for you, Travis. Congratulations. Are you off for the next couple of days now for the holiday? Speaking of, what is everybody's schedule for the next couple of days? Because I know not everybody gets Thanksgiving off, which I think is fucking ridiculous. I think Thanksgiving and Christmas should be like the staples that everybody gets off. But what's everyone doing?
Yes, RoboCop, awesome.
What we're doing for Thanksgiving or like our schedules?
Your schedules, what you're doing, everything in general. What's everybody's plans for the next couple of days? Because I don't think anybody's going to be working really, other than the grocery store people.
We're going out of town, so
yeah,
that's what you'll be doing.
We're going out of town too.
We're crossing state lines. It's not the same.
It's going out of town.
Yeah, you're leaving. I mean, technically, anytime you leave your town, you're going out of your town.
That's why I like you, Alice.
When you're high, it doesn't seem like that, though. I'm pretty high right now.
But yeah, hopefully go see like some blind sea lions and shit.
That'd be awesome. Sea lions would be so cool.
Yeah, I had Scar's like so excited to hopefully go there, and I'm like, listen, like you have to understand this is like a conservation type place. They don't have like a ton of money. They just rescue some sea life when they can or whatever. I'm like, so don't be. I was like the one sea lion's blind,
His name's Lucky.
Oh, real quick, because I just saw you pull Cass up on the screen. those UPS holiday gigs, they pay well, right? That's
really well. I used to, when
Yeah.
I worked in Florida, there was a guy named Tommy who delivered UPS for us on a regular basis, like on a daily basis. And I remember telling him, like, you're working on Christmas, you're working on that. He's like, dude, I make the most money during the holiday.
Yeah. Yeah.
They get good money.
This is actually a good time of year where I get veterans hired at UPS and FedEx for the holiday positions. By the way, Travis, beer 14, that one's for you, brother.
I'm not
glad you got off work.
my last one.
Paul, I
Good for
don't
you,
know. I mean, I get you're bigger than me, Paul, but like
his
I
fat bigger? Yeah, he very much so.
I know what you're about
He's
to say. Al,
he's
but
a fat
continue.
dude. He's a fat, ugly white dude. Sorry.
I mean, it's just I would have been face planted by now, dude.
For the beers? From the beers?
Yeah.
So as far as our family lineage, here, this is the only explanation I have because I don't know. Our family lineage that we know of is Irish and German.
Yeah,
so the only thing I can attest my ability to down beer and like hold my. So when I'm on hard liquor, I'll black out. Like I could drink like a quarter of a fifth, and I'm fucking 3 sheets to the wind. But beer, I can drink beer all night long and be relatively cognizant. I'm drunk right now. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not drunk, but I can be cognizant. I can do shit. I can task. Like if this was 1950, I could be a madman in New York and just drink beer. If it had to drink liquor, I'd be fucked. But the only thing I can attest to is the Irish and German heritage. I believe in the Joe Rogan prescription of, dude, you don't want me. I'll open my trash can.
These are all tall boys, though. I just wanted to be said that, like,
That's
I
fine.
can also hold mine just because I'm not drinking 15, 12-ounce cans. Like, I can hold my liquor, and I've still got more. And I've been eating edibles all day. So I just want to be in the same camp as you. I'm as tough as you.
All
You're
I'm saying
smarter
is you're
than me
high
for
class.
sure.
You're high class with your Ninja Turtles fucking pint glass. I drink
Don't
my
talk
shit
shit
from a
about
mason jar.
I'm not high class. That's just what an ex-girlfriend gave me, and I never got rid of it. And I thought it's cool when you frost it, you put beer in it, it tastes good. That's all I thought. Wasn't trying to be highfalutin or anything like that. If I had a Sex in the City or mug, I'd drink out of that. You know.
But Alice, to answer your question, I'm a pussy when it comes to. I'm not a pussy, but I'm not as hard when it comes to liquor.
Right on. I mean, I can drink a lot of beer. Don't get me wrong. It's just after 12 or 13, like I'm going to bed. Like I'm done. I wouldn't even be able to talk right. I mean, you guys.
But that's the fun of it.
I mean, you guys have seen me like when I sit by the fire and I'm just slamming beers and listening to music. You guys see that?
Yeah, it's the best time. It was the best time.
Alice, in our short time of knowing each other, I hope you learned that my happy place is sitting next to a fire, drinking beers.
My happy place too.
I can crush
Alice?
a 30-pack every night by a fireplace.
And Alice, I hope you've learned that after our time together that I think pineapple Bacardi is delightful, and I love falling down on gravel in front of all of my friends. And even though you're not on screen, I hope you're pooping right now.
And even if Jay Quellen knows it or not, she would have got her ass eaten like never before.
Dude, she still could. If I come back to Ohio next year, I will
him away. If I didn't pry him. Speaking of which, I promise the wedding video is almost done. You will get it before the fucking year.
Yeah. That'll be your 50th anniversary present that he gives you.
It is funny. It is funny going through and trying to. Well, I got all that blur shit I'm trying to go through, and I'm trying to salvage some of the blur video. But listen, the camera is right next to Doug and Jaqueline, and there is some funny fucking audio. Like, because Doug, I'll tell you what, I fucking bust on Doug a lot, but Doug was on. What was that, Alice?
Can you play some of that right now?
I mean,
I would love to. I actually would like to hear some of what you're about to say, Paul, if you have it.
But I gotta give I bust on Doug a lot, and Doug loses his senses quick. But Bacardi Pineapple, he was spitting some fucking game. And I'll tell you what, him and Jake Quellen were together all night. Am I lying to Alice and Forrest Mommy or not?
No, they were. Yeah,
he was doing it.
Like, every time because I was trying to be a good hostess. But yeah, every time I went back to that table, which was like in my eyes the coolest table, Jacqueline and Doug are right there, man.
Who's
Rob.
Jacqueline? I don't know who you're talking about.
Jacqueline.
Jake
Quellen. I'm joking.
Happily let that woman invite my tongue into her butthole door and just roll it around. Hey, Grayson, I hope you're wearing bottoms. I hope you're not Donald Ducking it right now.
Well, he's not Donald Ducking because he's not wearing a top.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Reverse Donald Ducking it. I thought it was going to jump up and his little pingo was going to flop.
Everybody loves it. Everybody loves your tree.
I do love
Paul,
his
promise
laundry time.
I'm gonna do some laundry. Well,
promises made, promises kept. I paid Elon Musk $8 this week on a promise, specifically for Forest Mommy and Ricada
sure
Law,
he was
but
hurting
more
for it.
important, Forest Mommy.
Yeah.
He's
Listen,
winning the pooing.
I don't
Oh,
think
bother.
I'm ever gonna be like good at this packing for all these people.
What do you mean?
It's just packing for 4 people is just it's a lot of people.
You've got this. You're a mom. You brought life into the world. You can do anything. Stop it.
Greatest superpower ever.
Listen,
Forest
you
vagina.
know what I used to say about Adam? Because like at first we were gonna do like the the birthing classes and shit, and then we didn't do it.
Personality.
And then we didn't do it, but oh man, he was such a good labor coach. And I would tell everybody, I'd be like, best labor coach in the world, no classes. But he was amazing, man. He was the best. Yeah, and I was actually really nice when I was in labor. Like I didn't yell at him or anything.
Were you drugged up?
No. So I only yelled at him twice. Scar was really hard. Like she really took her time coming out. Like it was just but there was a phone call, and remember back in the day when like you would get a phone call on your landline and it would show up on your TV who was calling? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Vaguely.
Okay. So that's like what we had at the time, and I'm like in the middle of contractions, and Adam's like, do you know who this is calling? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck who's calling right now. And he's like, I just thought it might be your family or something. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. And then he said something with Grayson. I don't remember what he said during Grayson. I snapped at him. But yeah, only once during each one did I have a moment where I snapped. But yeah. Birthing sucks. I'm not going to say it doesn't.
Oh, you didn't think it felt good when they were coming out of your hoo-ha?
I'm just saying some people might be a little bit over dramatic about it.
Hey, Forest Mommy.
I've had shits that hurt.
Doug, shut up for a second. Forest Mommy, time frame. When are me and you going to go through the birthing process?
Yeah, that was an important question.
Sorry. You're welcome to collect an egg, but I'm not doing that.
Oh man, I've never had those kind of eggs. I would love to try that. I wonder if how good they are, poached or scrambled, or fertilized.
And Paul,
fertilized is what I'm concerned with.
I'm not folding my laundry in the normal way because I'm packing it.
Just throw it in a garbage bag like I do.
Oh, dude, that's pretty. Dude,
you really do that?
You've literally traveled with me.
I told Scar to
get a
get
bag, didn't you?
Together, and she brings down a bag, and I looked in it, and she like dumped a bunch of clothes.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna need when you're there.
Yeah, but dude, she didn't even like do it neatly. She just took a bunch of stuff and she just stuffed it in there.
Who are we trying to impress?
Well, she's definitely Adam's daughter. I'll tell you that much. Because my boy don't do that kind of stuff. He may be fucking crazy and he may be fucking wild, but he appreciates order. But yeah, and what's funny is when she was younger, she used to be like me, like with being more of a perfectionist. Like we had kids over the one day, and she was like 4 or 5 years old, and she freaked out because they were messing up her room. Like she was crying. She's like, they're taking my stuff off the shelf and they're putting this toy here and it doesn't go there. And I was like, oh my gosh, Scarlett, like we need to calm down. Like people aren't gonna want to play with you if you go into like, like. But yeah, like she used to be that way and now she's totally Adam's kid. Like I don't even know what the fuck happened. Like she thinks the world is her laundry room and garbage can, and yeah, it's just ugh. But Grayson, he likes things a certain way.
He likes things a certain way. Grayson does.
Yeah, like he doesn't. He likes things like when he goes to bed, like his pillows have things have to be a certain way. He doesn't like it when things are messy, even though he's the one who messes it up.
Oh, little Lord Fauntleroy likes his pillows fluffed.
The boy king. I have no doubt in my mind that Grayson is going to be the savior of mankind one day. He is going to be the John Connor.
Are we talking about the same Grayson we met in Ohio a couple of months back?
Watch, bet, son. He's a little shithead just like me.
Walking away.
I'm always going to fucking praise it.
That girl had a trunk dragging behind her. She was dragging a wagon, old Alice, walking out that door.
That's it. Lower the camera for us, mommy. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, let's see.
And you're muted.
I just have a long sleeve black shirt on. Nothing hot.
Seriously, if you turn the lights off right now, you'd be like the wizard from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
I literally have a topless picture of you on my desk.
Like a high.
Absolutely everything hot about it.
I still haven't seen Forest Mommy topless.
Dude, you've got the Discord, asshole. There's like 3 photos of her topless in the Discord. They're saved to my hard drive. I look at them on a regular basis.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. Forest Mommy, you naked is amazing. I just want to put that out there. I'm going to say it. Throw it out there.
Ladies,
Alice, I don't know what you look like naked yet, but I bet it's amazing.
I do like watching you walk away, though.
Naked picture of Forest Mommy is when you're like by the waterfall, but it's your butt, your booty.
You want to hear mine? Can we talk about our favorite Forest Mommy naked pic?
Such a beautiful
nature.
Yeah, like it's just so. I don't know. It just makes you feel all peaceful and happy. I don't know.
I know what you mean.
I don't know who did it.
Picture.
Forest Mommy, and I want to ask because it's my favorite, and I don't know if you did it or not. But the one of you, and it's not even really a naked pic, but it's your silhouette with the Rocky Mountains going across your ass crack.
Oh, when it's like blended into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made that.
That you did a fantastic job.
Thanks.
I actually want to ask your permission. I would like to get that done when I build my house next year, and put that up on the fucking wall.
Oh yeah. Anyone's allowed to do prints of me. I don't care. It's all good.
No, I'm respecting.
I know you are. But that's what I gave out in the basket. I gave a print of me. The naked forest photo was in a basket.
I know. I bought the basket.
No, you did. If you did, thank you. You gave us $200. That's just sweet.
You're welcome. You know I'm stingy with my money. I never spend it, so you know it was a big deal.
There was like good drinks in there too. There was whiskey and shit, so it was worth it.
What happened to John Cusack? He used to be like my hero growing up, and now, like, God damn, Twitter really does. Twitter has this ability of like showing me people that I genuinely love just turning out to be complete fucking assholes, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I'll tell you what, like John Cusack, as far as actors go, is probably one of my favorite actors. I don't like him as a person, obviously, but his portrayal of Brian Wilson in the Beach Boys movie was fucking fantastic. God damn, did he nail it?
Somebody reposted a screenshot of the Elon Musk Twitter poll. Should Twitter offer a general amnesty to suspended accounts, provided they have not broken the law or engaged in egregious spam? 72% have said yes so far, and 28% have said no.
That's
John
hilarious.
Cusack retweeted the screenshot of that, and he wrote the difference. Somebody tweeted that. I'm sorry. Somebody tweeted the screenshot named David Matt and wrote, and now we've reached the part of the Superman movie where Lex Luthor lets all the supervillains out of the Phantom Zone. which I think is a stupid fucking
I'm reading
comment.
it right now, Doug.
Oh
And
God,
John,
there's a shredded
John
pillow behind
Cusack
me. I'll be right back.
retweeted that and wrote, "The difference is Gene Hackman is charismatic and fun to watch in a cartoon movie. This dumpster fire of greed and sloth is no entertainer and not funny, just vicious, stupid, sad, soul sick madness." Where the fuck does that come from? Like, you don't have to like Elon Musk. I'm not saying he's the world's greatest person in the world, but like the dude has done a lot of shit for humanity. I'm not saying he's great. I'm not saying I like him personally one way or the other, but like when Ukraine started, the guy provided the internet to Ukraine. How the fuck do you go from that to like this dude is just sick, sad, and soulless? Like because he's trying to give people a platform to just talk because you don't like what they're saying in some cases. Like he's a piece of shit. Like I don't understand this shit, dude. Like what the fuck?
You know what I think it is? You know what I think it is? Is like when it comes to like a lot of entertainers, do I think some of them are just in that like elitist political group? Yeah. But I think what it is like in the 80s and 90s, a lot of us were like looked at like the very like strong religious people was like they were stupid, like not, you know, like we didn't hate gay people, we were open to the idea of trans, but it was when they were adults and like, you know what I mean, like we were cool with shit. So I think that like in a lot of entertainers and Hollywood and stuff like that felt that same way. You know what I mean? Like we grew up with like people like Elton John and Prince and Boy George and Poison and like all these like different types of people that like dressed and had different lifestyles and all this other shit. So I think that they still just look at the religious right and see that and they think they're like, well, no, this is like who I've been fighting against. And it's like, no, like the pendulum is just swinging. And now it's you guys being the fucking fascists. And it's you guys telling people what to do. And listen, I never had an issue with religious people. I just disagreed with them. And like, I was a religious person and I believed in God and I believe in God. But like, I never bought into the like being gay is a sin or like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it was all like it was just so much bullshit to me, you know? And I just think that a lot of these people think they're still fighting the establishment, and it's like, no, you just never figured out that they're all the establishment. They all are. Democrats and Republicans, they're just all part of this bullshit, dude. And it's so, yeah. And that's how I think like a lot of these like people think. Like I look at Green Day and it's like, yeah, I think they just have this attitude of these like you listen to some of their music, like American Idiot, which I love that song. It's a great song, and I actually agree with them. Like
the whole fucking album.
I don't want to live by the religious right either. Like I don't want to be ruled by that shit fucking either. But the difference between me and somebody like Green Day is I also don't want to be ruled by your LGBTQAIIP shit. And I'm definitely not going to have some fucking millionaire fucking band that charges an outrageous amount for a ticket tell me that I should pay more fucking taxes. Go fuck yourself.
Or you've got now we're getting on a topic. Like you've got bands like we're talking about Green Day, talking about other bands like
Machine.
Exactly who I was about to bring up too. Like this is a band like growing up at the same time in the 90s as you. Rage Against the Machine was like, this is the influential voice of our generation. We're going to fight against the corporations, the people that are fucking everybody that we love down. And now Rage Against the Machine in 2022, apologies, have reunited, gone on tour and charged like what, like $80, $80 a ticket. They are the Machine now.
Basic tickets.
And they've become the machine now. Like they're all sponsored by corporations and not Ticketmasters, but like all of their concerts since they've reunited, it's like all corporate sponsorships. It's like you guys have become what you were raging against. It's like everything I love that inspired me is now like just fucking letting me down as an adult. And maybe that's part of life, but like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but
like
I think we're seeing it in like a different way. You know, I mean, my parents, they couldn't have probably told you what their favorite singer or whatever, what their political beliefs were. But my parents were also the type that like didn't like fawn over celebrities like a lot of people do. You know, like my mom loved Elvis Presley, but she would call him like, she'd be like, he's a sicko and he's a weirdo. You know, like
I'd let him hit it.
Alice, can I just say, like, I've been quiet a lot, but like what I've heard you say is, and this is how I interpreted it, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're saying that there are certain members of a tribe that tell the masses what they should like and what they shouldn't like?
Yeah. But I think that entertainers are so far from reality in real life and just everyday people in the real world that I think a lot of them honestly believe that they're doing the right thing. You know, I think they honestly, some of them believe that. And when you see a lot of these people that were famous when we were growing up, and now like they're all against the right, it's really not different because they were against the right when we were kids. It's just that they haven't figured out yet that the fucking Democrats are just as fucking bad. It's just like they have not figured that out yet. Like Rage Against the Machine, the fucking bassist, what's his name? Tony, what's that dude's name? But you guys know who I'm talking about, the bassist.
I know who you're talking about, but I've had enough beers to where I don't remember his name. But I know what you're talking about.
I don't know shit about what you're talking about, Alice.
Paul
But the bassist from Rage Against the Machine was like, if people are shocked by what we're saying, then they never listen to our music. And it's like, no, dude, like I did fucking listen to your music, and you were anti-war, and you spoke about the fucking shit that happened in wars. Like you talked about people being affected by wars. Like you talked about all this shit, but the people that you're backing now are for war just as much as you want to think Republicans are. But they live in a small world. Their world is so much smaller than even our little rural world. Like it's so small because they only hear yes, 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 and they only see this shit in their circle. It's Hollywood is just that's all just such a small world.
Think about this. Like the big thing with them was fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. And now it's like, hey, you guys got to get the shot if you want to come to our shows.
Right. Right.
I'm like, what? Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me, motherfucker. I guess should I get my money?
Yeah, it's just like I tell people, a lot of these musicians, do you think they're taking the time to like really read books on like economics and stuff like that? No,
some are,
like,
some, not a lot.
Some are. Like there's some, like, listen, one of the things that has like I've been so happy about is my favorite actor is Denzel Washington. Like,
really?
Black Jesus, what up? He's one of my favorites.
It's a great adult swim show, Black Jesus.
I love me some Denzel. Like, if I say to Adam, who has the best smile in Hollywood, Adam, he knows it's Denzel.
That
I fucking love Denzel. And he's like a pretty base dude, you know, like he's pretty conservative, you know, like, but not to the point like, you know, like people will kind of label him as this like old school, back the blue Republican conservative, and he's not. Like, he has, like, talked about, like, police brutality and shit like that. He's just not some brainwashed fool. Another actor I love, Gary Sinise. Good fucking dude, man.
Paul's met Gary Sinise.
Yes.
Really? I love him.
He's a fucking fantastic human being. Just as lovely as you possibly think he would be is how he is in real life.
Yeah. He's such a cool fucking dude, and I was so happy, like, as I grew up, that he, like, turned out to be, like, a total dick. Because it is rough, man. It is rough sometimes because, like, you know, some of the people you loved and listened to, and then they say the shit like, "Oh, if you're okay with this, don't listen to my music," and you're just like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?" You know, like I'm getting aggravated.
Hey, don't get aggravated. Squeeze your tits and smile. We'll be okay.
It's just,
Go ahead.
it just,
Give him a squeeze.
it just boggles my fucking mind. It really, really does. I don't know.
We live
But
in a
yeah.
fucked up world. It's not as fun as it used to be when we were kids. That is absolutely for sure. But I think if we keep continuing on the path that we're on, the four of us, not just the four of us, but the close circle that we're starting to build with each other in the audience, I think we'll be okay.
I don't mean to
I
be the
think that's
party
all that we
pooper.
can.
I don't mean to be the party pooper.
You're drunk
Yeah,
and you don't
dude,
want to be a
kinda.
part of this anymore.
Yeah, I'm kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I
Well,
can
I'm
tell.
not.
You're a
I'm
pussy.
just-
You're a giant pussy. It's all good.
Thank
I
you
mean,
guys
Forrest,
for
I mean,
coming on.
your show.
Can't hang with the big dogs, bro.
Should we rock it or no?
If you guys want to keep going, you can. I'll probably pop off because I'm not saying anything. So, you know.
Always good to have you here with your thoughts.
I'm the platform, not the
Alice
person.
and Doug, you want to keep
we
going?
can
I'll
end.
stay if you guys want to keep going.
We
Call.
can end if you want to end. I'm good either way. It don't matter to me. But if
Alice,
you're
you
fucked
good?
up, it's cool.
What do you want to do, Alice?
I'm fine. I don't care.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you are, girl. Whatever.
I don't want to keep going if there's more than two people in the room that don't want to keep going. Though I don't want to be the one that keeps them going. So don't
I'm not
fucking
gonna
be
lie.
modest. Be honest.
I'm getting fucked up, and I apologize if I'm the one who ruined this. My bad.
No, you're not.
Sorry.
We got Thanksgiving tomorrow anyway. We got to think about that
And
too.
that's the thing I'm thinking about is like I got
But
shit
you are
to
a
do.
giant fucking queer right now. You're being a
I am
giant
queer.
fucking pussy.
I'm pretty queer.
You're being a giant
You know,
turd.
I don't mean to
sucker.
queer. I don't mean to be queer or anything, but I understand why dudes listen to fucking Donna Summers.
I want to be queer nothing, but I'd like to take you to go see Depeche Mode sometime.
All right.
I don't want to sound like a queer nothing, but I'd like to make love to you right now. Orgasmo, one of the best movies ever made.
Forrest
Maybe I'll let Adam pop on with you guys on Saturday if that's okay. If you
Absolutely.
We're
If
gonna.
you
It sounds
want
like
to.
we're gonna have an extravaganza this Saturday. It's gonna be the post Thanksgiving stream. We got Forrest Mommy. Are you committing or no?
It
And if you
depends
don't,
on
no pressure.
it depends on how this hotel is set up though too.
Okay.
Nobody has to commit to anything.
Because like I think it's like there's like you have to park in a parking garage or some shit. Like I don't know.
All right. Here's my only requirement. Here's my requirement to tell Adam and Force Mommy if you do want to come on. You already know my requirements, but I'm going to say them again. You have to freshly watch They Live because first is coming on whether he likes it or not.
Right.
Whether he likes it or not, freshly
up to his
watch They
wife.
Live because there's a review. And then we got to watch the documentary Armed Ape was talking about.
Dude, I'll watch that. Has anybody else besides me has anybody else seen Behind the Curve, or I'm just the first person at the party in 4 years to see that fucking documentary?
What's it
Behind the
called?
Curve?
Behind the
I'm not-
Curve. It's on Odyssey. The whole
I wanna
documentary's
wa-
on Odyssey.
Oh, well, you just outed it, but now I'm going to watch it tonight for sure.
Oh, it is really, dude. You remember when we did the podcast about Q Into the Storm? You're gonna like Behind the Curve, man. You're gonna feel the same way about these people that you felt about the Q people. Oh, it's
Cool.
so entertaining.
Cool. Let's close this out. Force Mommy, you end the show. You're back on Twitter. What do you want to say to the masses now that you're back on Twitter?
Just happy Thanksgiving.
I love you, Forrest Mommy, so much.
I love you too.
Truly.
Are you
You
gonna
want
do
to end it or you
Paul?
want me to? Yeah, I was just going to ask.
All right.
You want to end it or you want me to?
I'm doing it right now.
Go for
All
it.
right. Bye.